Browns, Dolphins, live. We're doing this because the Bengals are on bye week this week, so got to cover something in the NFL, right? But anyway, point is, we're going to be covering the Browns, Dolphins this week, and obviously, as a Bengals channel, I'm rooting for the Dolphins to win, even though the Browns aren't that much of a threat. But I don't know, man. Like the way they were all acting after they beat the Bengals again. It's kind of like, it might be kind of good to see them get knocked down a peg, I don't think they're making the playoffs, but, if they beat the Dolphins, then there's like a realistic shot that they could kind of surprise and make the playoffs, right? Especially if Deshaun Watson comes back and Deshaun Watson actually is as good as advertised right away, right? Like I've said before, I think Deshaun Watson is going to eventually be really good, but I think it's going to be in a bit of an adjustment period. So like, I felt like when the Browns made that move, it's like they're giving up on this season. They're basically giving up on this. They're basically trading this season for many, many, many seasons down the line. Hopefully as long as Deshaun Watson keeps himself out of trouble and, can have a long sustained career, which he has the talent to. It's just, you never know for sure what's going to happen. Now on the Dolphins side of things, they are trying to keep up in the AFC East, which is just the best division in football, apparently. Like somehow, like, the Bills, Jets, and Dolphins are all like, top level, like potential contending teams. And then, you've got the Patriots, who are also possibly a playoff team. Like you could have all four teams from the AFC East in the playoffs this year. It is quite possible. And if I had to bet right now, I'd say that's probably what's going to happen. Like the Patriots are probably going to get in as like the number 7 seed or something like that. Although I suppose not if the Dolphins or not if the Browns have anything to say about it. But I really, really don't think that the Browns are going to make that happen. But obviously, if they beat the Dolphins today, then there's a chance. That old Jim Carrey thing. So you're saying there's a chance. Well, there's a chance if they can beat the Dolphins. I just don't think they're going to do it. As you can tell by my score prediction, if you're watching, give me your score prediction. I'll put you up on the screen. But my score prediction, 35-21 Dolphins. Basically, the way I make these predictions outside, like the Bengals games, it's a little different because like I'm intimately familiar with how the Bengals games, like how the Bengals are going. So I just kind of like have to do this with the opposing team. But with, these games that I'm not as intimately familiar with, what I usually do is I just go back and I see how have their offenses and defenses been performing this year and what can I average out to be a pretty realistic score. The Dolphins offense has been on fire lately, and, at certain points the season has also been on fire. A big reason why it kind of like took a dive there for a little while was because of the Tua Tagovailoa injury. Outside of that, the Dolphins have largely been, a very good offensive team this year. The Browns have been kind of up and down. There have been obviously some weeks where they're over 30. There are some weeks where they're not quite over 30. And I'd say more often than not, they're not. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Dolphins are probably going to score a lot of points, and the Browns are going to try to keep up, but not. And I don't think they're going to be able to quite do that. So I will be putting a banner up once this game starts. So if you're watching, you can don't forget to find me at Kyle Phelps 92 on Twitter, Facebook.com/The Phelps, the Battle of Ohio podcast, which I'm starting to broadcast on my own channel anyway, but we do have a YouTube channel if you want to go check that out in case we put anything extra on the channel, which, we haven't in a while, but, we've always done clips and stuff like that. And clips from the podcast, especially Browns related clips, are pretty much going to go up entirely on the podcast channel. Especially with me now knowing that I can stream from my channel. I don't feel the need to put up clips on my channel, right? I'll do the streams from my channel, and then any clips that we ever do will pretty much go up on the podcast channel. That'll be a little bit more digestible over there, right? But, that and atbnetwork.com, which is, supporting my ability to be able to do these streams. I wouldn't have access to StreamYard if it weren't for them. And I'd have to be like doing some crazy, I was trying before I got access to StreamYard to do streaming. I just couldn't figure it out with Zoom. and OBS and everything like that. And it was a real pain in the butt. So honestly, the reason I'm able to do these streams is because ATB Network supports me in doing it. Like I used to write for them. I don't write for them anymore. Well, I haven't. I guess I could. I could probably log in and put up an article if I wanted to. I just don't. I got so many other things going on. I'm not really writing for them anymore. But they do sponsor the podcast, and we do try to shout them out as much as we possibly can, right? So atbnetwork.com. And then, if you enjoy the stream, if you enjoy the videos, if you enjoy anything in general, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're at 202 subscribers right now, and I can't wait till we hit 300. Honestly, it'll probably be a long time. Like we went from like under 100 to over 200, like clockwork. It was crazy. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna have to switch over to a different platform. I forgot about that. Sorry, guys. Hold on one sec. All right, we good now? I think we're good now. Sorry, I forgot. Like, I think I figured out why I was having so many internet problems. It isn't that the internet here sucks. I have been having some internet problems, but it's not. That's not why it's so bad, right? The issue is because I used a VPN to watch these NFL games. It was basically all of my information was being sent to Ireland and coming back, which normally is not that big of a deal. But when you're trying to stream, obviously it creates a lot of bandwidth issues. So I had to switch over to a browser that's not connected to VPN right now to be able to stream from that. But yeah, anyway, like I said, we are going to be. Let me see if I can get up these other things that I had on my other browser because I had I had all the injury reports and the rosters and everything up, and just for quick reference throughout as I needed to. I'm going to go ahead and pull those up here. And then this one, yeah, we'll pull that one. I'll pull the scoreboard, the NFL scoreboard up because obviously, right now the only game that we know that had anything happening this week, we know the Seahawks and Buccaneers played in Germany this morning, and the Buccaneers initially wiped them off the map. And then kind of started falling apart there at the end, and the Seahawks almost came back and won that game. That would have been phenomenal if the Seahawks had been able to pull off that comeback. They actually had the opportunity to because Tom Brady and Leonard Fournette kind of got things. Hey, Connor, I'm trying to stream here. So Tom Brady and Leonard Fournette kind of combined for basically giving the Seahawks an opportunity to with the interception and the personal foul and everything like that. And the Seahawks almost went all the way down the field and scored. And that they probably would have won that game based on everything else that happened. Probably would have won that game, but Geno Smith fumbled. So that's the Geno Smith that we all know and love, right? Like not this MVP, potential MVP conversation type guy. That's the Geno Smith that we all remember. So I mean, he's still obviously running away with comeback player of the year right now. But that's the Geno Smith that we all remember. That's the Geno Smith who was a second round bust in the NFL draft, right? That was the Geno Smith who got punched in the face by IK Enemkambali and got his jaw broken, right? So yeah, that's what happened this morning. Throughout the day, we'll be keeping up with the other 1 p.m. games. The only ones that have started so far are Lions, Bears, and Saints, Steelers. But obviously, there's Vikings, Bills. There's Broncos, Titans. There's Texans, Giants. We'll be keeping up with those as this game goes along. And obviously switching over to them once this game's done if there's any still in progress. The Miami Dolphins are going to kick to the Cleveland Browns, and we're about to get this game underway. And then return it to about the 15-yard line. Oh, he finds a seam on the outside. 30, the 40, the 45, almost to the 50-yard line. Wow, that was a hell. I thought the Dolphins had that one covered, and he just got to the outside. And man, Browns are going to have the ball at midfield already. Wow. So I did say that I think the Browns are going to score 21 today. If they don't have the best offensive day, this will probably get them over the hump to that 21-point mark, right? So, like I said, if y'all are watching, leave your score predictions in the chat, and I'll put them up here, and we'll talk. And if you're wrong, I'll make fun of you at the end, as I'm sure you guys will do for me, right? All right. Browns offense comes out on the field. Jacoby Brissett is under center. He's got Nick Chubb in the backfield. He's going to hand the ball off. He rolls back. No, he fakes the handoff. He rolls back. He tries to throw for it all. Oh, and he's got Donovan Peoples-Jones. That's a big pass. 2 plays in a row. 2 massive plays in a row. Got it down about the 15-yard line, man. Donovan Peoples-Jones. Man, I know he isn't, consistently amazing for the Browns, but when Donovan Peoples-Jones is on, he's on. He's inconsistent, but he's damn good. He is a damn good wide receiver. And I hate that the Browns have him. Just frankly, I hate the fact that he plays for the Cleveland Browns because he's a very good wide receiver. All right. You got Amari Cooper there in the slot position. Jacoby Brissett's going to hand the ball off to Nick Chubb, who initially can't find anything. Then manages to find a hole, gets about 5 yards out of something that looked like it was going to be maybe 1 yard. So that's what Nick Chubb can do for you, right? That's why some people consider, I don't, but that's why some people consider him to be the best running back in the NFL because he just does stuff like that. Like Derrick Henry, who I think is the best running back in the NFL, he doesn't do stuff like that. He just bowls people over and stiff arms them to hell and back. And I think he does that better than anything Nick Chubb does for himself. But it's definitely like a 1A, 1B type scenario, right? I think Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb are very close. All right, Jacoby Brissett's in the shotgun formation. He's got Nick Chubb to his left. He's going to wind back. He's going to throw, and he's got a man. Number 84. About another 5-yard pickup. Okay, I had the Browns roster up, but I had to change it over. So let's see. 84 is normally I'll be much more on top of this. Pharaoh Brown, the tight end that they recently signed. Another guy who I thought was a very good pickup. Pharaoh Brown, I felt, was one of the most underrated, undrafted guys in his particular draft. So, all right, Jacoby Brissett's under center. We've got Nick Chubb to his left. He's got 2 wide receivers out wide, but scrunched in, and there's a flag on the play. I think it's going to be a false start. Browns are pointing at the Dolphins, but unless it's unless it's encroachment, then they wouldn't have blown the play dead. All right, refs are discussing, and they are calling encroachment. Okay, encroachment on the Dolphins. All right, so that's going to neutral zone infraction, whatever. So they're going to that's going to give the Browns a free 5 yards, and I believe a first down. Yep, first and goal. All right, well, so much for the Dolphins defense, man. Has not been a good way to start the game for them. That's all I'll say. Been a rough go getting started here. All right, Jacoby Brissett. He's under center. Motioning Donovan Peoples-Jones to his left and then back to his right. He's going to hand the ball. No, he's going to fake the handoff. He's going to keep the ball. He's going to look around, throw, and almost intercepted. It's tipped by Donovan Peoples-Jones and almost intercepted, but I think it's going to actually be pass interference on Baker there, who was covering Donovan Peoples-Jones, and that might have been why that he was not able to come down with that catch. Or maybe they're saying holding. They're saying pass interference. I guess, yeah. He kind of wraps his hand around his chest, kind of moves him like he can't. Yeah. I think there was also potentially holding on that play, at the beginning of the. No, that was within 5 yards. I don't know how that works when you're within 5 yards of scoring, because you can't make contact with the receiver within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. So how does that work when you have less than 5 yards? You only have 2 yards to go. Jacoby Brissett's going to fake a handoff. He's going to throw. He's got a man wide open. Harrison Bryant, touchdown. Touchdown, Harrison Bryant. Yep. That's Jacoby Brissett just carved up the Dolphins defense on that drive, man. Not looking good. Not looking good for the Dolphins if they're going to play like that. I imagine Tua's going to come out and, they're going to, this might be a much higher scoring game than I thought if the Dolphins defense is going to play like that. My God. My God, man. That was awful. That was awful. Awful by the Dolphins defense. And then it started out with the bad special teams play, right? Like, the kick return that went to like the 49-yard line. Man, Dolphins going to have to get their crap together if they want to put away a team that they absolutely should beat, by the way. Like the Browns are like, they're still an NFL football team, obviously, but I mean they're 3-5 for a reason, right? So, like, I mean, all I'm saying is the Dolphins should beat them. Like keyword should, and I mean the Browns absolutely can, but I think it would be considered a pretty significant upset if they did. So, I mean, I don't know what the Dolphins' game plan was going into this, but whatever it was, change it. Change it, because at least your defensive game plan was not a good one. Not a good one from what I've seen so far. Okay, so wanted to kind of get into this before we started, but I always, hop on like 5 minutes before the game starts. So one thing I think to pay attention to that could work in the Browns' favor here is that the Dolphins are a very injured football team right now. So Myles Gaskin, their running back, is out. And obviously, as Thomas was talking, like you need a really good running game to be able to. They still have Raheem Mostert, right? But like, Myles Gaskin and Raheem Mostert together would have been a really good 1-2 punch. And not having him is going to be a big disadvantage for the Browns. Then you got Teddy Bridgewater is not active. So if anything happens to Tua, it's Skylar Thompson time. And I think we've seen enough of Skylar Thompson to know what happens if he plays. And not good. They got Noah Igbenogany, who will not be playing today, who is, kind of been an up and down cornerback for the Dolphins there, but still it's a depth problem, and he was a first-round pick. So not the best thing in the world. The Dolphins are going to be missing those three guys. And you got Hunter Long, Eric Azukanma. I have no idea. And River Caraft, the wide receiver. Now, obviously, Azukanma and River Caraft are not exactly like high-profile people, but like, those first three, Myles Gaskins, Teddy Bridgewater, Noah Igbenogany, I think it's I think it's significant, at least enough to talk about, that the Dolphins will not be having them in their lineup. So the Browns, on the other hand, are missing Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who, as I thought was going to be a big deal when they didn't have him against the Bengals, but obviously they did fine without him. And then they won't have David Njoku as well. So, but obviously, Harrison Bryant was perfectly fine to go get that big touchdown play. So, all right, Browns kick the ball back off to the Dolphins, and special teams is not a fan of the Dolphins this week. The kick returner gets tackled about the 15-yard line. So Dolphins are kind of shooting themselves in the foot with this special teams play here. All right, Tua Tagovailoa going to come out on the field. He has definitely been turning his image in the NFL around this year, I think, because a lot of people were wondering, oh, well, is he going to last? Is he going to end up working out? Like, he was kind of struggling early on, but he's really been putting it together this year. Tua is definitely, proving he was worth the first-round pick that was spent on him this year. All right, Tua's going to motion a man to his right. He's going to fake a handoff, look around, and he's going to throw for about a 5-yard pickup there. I think that's Raheem Mostert on the catch. Sion Takitaki with the tackle. And Brown's pass rusher got absolutely blown up, like, on the on that play there. Like, Tua had time to throw partially because this dude just, like, got smacked. It was great. It was great. Didn't quite catch who was the one who got smacked like that, but it was a hard hit, man. All right. Dolphins going to hand the ball off to Raheem Mostert. That's that run defense Thomas was talking about, right? Dolphins haven't exactly been known for having a great run offense, but man, they pick up 7 yards with basically little to no resistance on that play. Little to no resistance. That was rough looking. Thomas is actually asking to join my stream, so I'm going to send him a link once we see what happens on this play. All right, Tua's motioning Tyreek Hill to his left. He's going to pitch the ball out to Raheem Mostert. Only picks up about 2 yards on the play. Okay. Sorry, guys. I got to get a link sent out to Thomas. I did not think he would be joining me on this stream. So I will send him a link and see what he's got to say about it. I don't know if he's staying long term or if he's just coming in to say a couple of things. I don't know. All right, Tua, shotgun formation. He's going to throw left to Raheem Mostert, who is met immediately not immediately, after about a 4-yard pickup. So it's going to be 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and 4 for the Dolphins. And let's see what they can do with this. I probably ought to get my headphones if Thomas is joining in. All right. Dolphins offense trying to keep their drive alive. Obviously not having nearly as much success as the Browns offense did on their first drive. So, Tua, shotgun formation. He's going to throw. It's caught. It's not going to be enough for a first down, though. Tyreek Hill caught it, but he was not able to get across for the first down. So, Dolphins going to, I'd imagine, punt here. Just because they haven't really done much on this offensive possession. I don't know. They could probably run the ball. Looks like that's what they're actually going to do. They're lining up to go for it. Now, I wonder if they're just going to try to draw them off. So, nope, they're going for it. And they got the first down. All right. Yep, that's that Browns run defense, man. All right, so that's number 23. Dolphins player number 23, who is Jeff Wilson Jr. Jeff Wilson Jr. on the catch and on the handoff and run, and that's why they went for it on 4th down. It was weird decision because they were so backed up in their own territory. But I guess if you have a weakness you can exploit, like the Browns run defense, then you exploit it. All right, Tua, shotgun formation. He's going to roll back. He's going to look around. He's going to throw. It's going to be caught. Boom, first down by number 14. 14, Trent Sherfield. All right. And I am learning these players' names as we're going because obviously I'm not terribly familiar with the Dolphins roster. A little bit more familiar with the Browns roster, but, there's still a little bit of a not solidness there, I think. Okay. Dolphins going to come back out here on first down after the big catch. Tua's under center. He's going to hand the ball off. Big hole up the middle. Raheem Mostert. I'm sorry, not Raheem Mostert. It's Jeff Wilson Jr. again. Either way, it's going to be about an 11-yard. That's not true. About a 15-yard pickup. I don't know why I said 11. I don't know why I said 11, but I said it. That's just what we did. That is just what we did. All right, I thought we were getting Thomas, but maybe he was just talking about coming on later. I don't know. But I sent him a link, so we might be getting him. And y'all might be more interested to hear what he has to say than me, right? I should probably put a banner up, right? All right, Jeff Wilson Jr. gets the handoff and straight up the middle. Another 12 yards. Man, Thomas wasn't kidding about that run defense. Jesus. That's bad. That is bad looking, like really bad looking. That is really bad looking. That run defense, man. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. All right, got this banner up. Browns 7, Dolphins nothing, but the Dolphins are knocking on the door after converting a 4th down and figuring out, hey, if we just run the ball, the Dolphins can't stop us. All right, Tua is going to fake the handoff. He's going to pump fake, and then he's going to eventually throw it, and he might have a touchdown. They're calling it a touchdown. Calling it a touchdown. That was a very unexpected series of events that just happened there. Alec Ingold, by the way. Congratulations to everybody who had Alec Ingold in fantasy. All 0 of you, quite frankly. I mean, maybe like some Dolphins fan out there had Alec Ingold on his fantasy team, but nobody in their right mind probably had Alec Ingold on their fantasy team. But touchdown Alec Ingold there, man. Tua pump faked. I think what happened is I think he saw that somebody was about to bat the pass down, and then he pulled it back in. And then once the guy went down, he threw it out to Alec Ingold, who made a man miss and then managed to get out to the edge and dive for that touchdown. That was an incredible play right there by Tua and Alec Ingold. Yeah. That is exactly what happened. Tua pump. I don't think he originally intended to pump fake, but he had a man about to bat the pass down. He had the heads up nature enough to go get it, to go take that down. So it is 7-7. 7-7. And the way these two defenses are playing right now, and the fact that the Dolphins appear to have just figured out, like the 180 that the Dolphins' offensive game plan did the second they realized, oh crap, the Browns really do have a horrible run defense. The second that happened, you could see the entire game plan for the Dolphins just shifted. So the way these two offenses are playing, man, like we might get a really high scoring game. We might get a really high scoring game. And I'm still thinking maybe the Browns get 31 rather than 21. But I'm still thinking the Browns are probably gonna like my thing is it's not so much that I don't think the Browns have explosion. It's more so that I think Jacoby Brissett makes a lot of mistakes. And I could totally see the Browns giving the ball away a couple of times and screwing up opportunities to actually get points. That's the main reason why I thought 21. So that's where we're at right now, and that's where we're going. That is what is going on today. Browns so I do know David Njoku and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah out this week. Not having JOK is probably part of why the Dolphins' run defense is so bad, because he's such a good presence there in the middle of the field. You had Wyatt Teller, who I think I expected to be out, but I didn't see him on the inactives list, so I guess he is playing. Denzel Ward's in. Perrion Winfrey is out. So that's part of it. They got a lot of injuries in that front seven. That's part of why they're having the issues they're having. Michael Dunn, the Browns guard, Browns offensive guard, I believe backup offensive guard, was questionable going into this game, but I didn't see him on the inactives list, including Taron Armstead, who didn't practice 2 of the 3 days this week, and then he was listed as questionable going into this game. Didn't see him on the inactives list, so I didn't see him on the field either, but I also didn't know to be looking for him, right? Austin Jackson was announced to be playing. No. What, am I wrong about that? No, yeah. Austin Jackson is going to be playing, and that's huge because he's their starting right tackle, right? That could have been a big problem for the Dolphins. Let's see who else we have. Tanner Connor. I don't know who that is. Teddy Bridgewater, I would talk about him. And Trent Sherfield, who was questionable, but obviously he made that catch earlier, so he's obviously playing. Okay. All right. Back on the field. We got Thomas in, but his camera's off and his mic's muted, so I guess we'll get to him in a little bit.
I'm here. I'm sorry. I was smashing pasta, but I'm keeping my camera off because I'm cleaning, so I want y'all to see me. But I want to stop in and say a couple of things. say what's up. I would probably stay for like a quarter or two.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So Nick Chubb took the handoff. The Dolphins met him immediately.
Dude, you're like a second ahead of me. I hate this.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Dang, he was met immediately.
The way I would normally advise people is if I'm ahead of the broadcast, just pause me. But obviously you can't do that because you're in the stream.
No. You go ahead. You gonna get my like. You just say something. I'm just gonna go like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Jacoby Brissett throws to number 84. Who's number 84, Thomas?
I'll tell you when I see it happen.
Okay.
Pharaoh
Brown. All right, Jacoby Brissett's going to dive.
Pharaoh Brown.
Thanks, Thomas. Jacoby Brissett dives forward on the 3rd and 1, and he picks it up. First down for the Browns. All right, Thomas, you were not kidding, Thomas, about that Browns run defense. Holy crap.
Yeah. That was Denzel Ward gets in front of what's his name? Tyreek Hill forces a 4th down, and then the defense is literally right in front of 3 defenders right in front of the running back, and he just gets 5 yards. And then next thing you know, they just slice and dice up the field, and it just wears on defense, especially in the heat. So yeah, they got this run defense is the problem, and the coverage is good. The Browns can cover. It's not our coverage; it's our run defense.
Well, you say that, but I believe it was a passing touchdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
But I did note that a few minutes ago, like before you came on. I was like, man, the Dolphins had this game plan going into the game. The second they started running the ball, I think they realized that they have a huge advantage here, and their game plan just obviously flipped. As Jacoby Brissett gets sacked on 2nd and 4th for about a 10-yard loss there.
Dang, I didn't see that play. I just seen the David Bell play. By the way, shout out to David Bell. It was good to see him making catches.
Yeah, David Bell picked up about 6 yards on first down, but play after that, you were talking. I didn't want to interrupt you, but on that play, it was basically the pocket just collapsed around Jacoby Brissett. He couldn't get out of it, and he took a sack.
Yeah, all right, take a sack and take an interception.
Yeah. Huh?
Unfortunately, difference between having Jacoby Brissett at quarterback and having Deshaun Watson at quarterback. Deshaun Watson can escape from those situations. Jacoby Brissett can't.
Well, we'll see. Jacoby Brissett's going to throw, and he's got a wide open Donovan Peoples-Jones for a first down.
There you go, DPJ.
Yeah, dude. I was just telling him, man, like Donovan Peoples-Jones is like, I hate the fact that he's on the Browns because he's one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL, I think.
He's been coming on. He's been coming on this year, man.
Well, he was coming on last year, too. He was just inconsistent.
Well, I mean, an inconsistent quarterback.
That's true.
He's consistent this year. Funny how that worked.
All right, Jacoby Brissett is under center. He's got Nick Chubb as the lone back in the backfield. He's got, I think, Amari Cooper. I can't tell. I think it's Amari Cooper to the right. Hands the ball off to Nick Chubb, who bounces to the outside, picks up about 5 yards on the play after stiff-arming a man into oblivion.
God, why the Browns offenses look so good. Like the Browns offense looks so good with a backup quarterback, man. Can't believe people want to fire Kevin Stefanski. Fire Joe Woods. Fire that bum.
Fire Kevin Stefanski because y'all were losing. That's what happens when you lose a couple of games in a row. Is everybody thinks it's time to fire the head coach. Trust me.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's also Cleveland.
Although I shouldn't take the expertise card over you because I think you know better than me.
No, you know what's crazy about it though? Actually, I was listening to Mary Kay Cabin on the radio, and they asked do you think the media and the fans had an impact on any past coaching hire before? And she was like, "Oh, absolutely." Like she doesn't hesitate. She's like, "Yeah, no, definitely." She's like, "Definitely." The city gets their pitchforks. And they get to tweet it, they get to yelling, and they put pressure on the owner, and next thing you know, somebody's fired. Yeah. No, absolutely. This is insane to think about. The fans have that kind of power in Cleveland. They do. They absolutely do. The owners listen to the fans.
That's a problem
That is the problem.
Jacoby Brissett's going to pick the hand off Nick Chubb. He's going to throw deep, go for it all, but it's way too high. Browns are going to get 4th down, 4th and 1, and I imagine they're going to take a field goal.
I don't know. They might go for it. You know, Browns.
Well, they could go for it, but because they're in field goal range, I would think, you know, it is 4th and 1. So I don't know. The Dolphins went for it on 4th and 1 when they were like way back in their own territory.
That's a stupid pass anyway, by the way. Like,
they are lining up to go for it. Browns are lining up to go for it. Whoa, yeah. almost screwed that up. I think it's going to be a neutral zone infraction on the Dolphins.
Suck Miami.
I mean, either that he did seem like he stopped, so I wonder if they're gonna call this on the Browns. Actually, I know Kevin Stefanski called a timeout.
Oh,
so that was anticlimactic.
Very anticlimactic.
I think the Browns are gonna go for a field goal here.
Very anticlimactic.
Kevin Stefanski started like running like a madman over there and screaming, "Timeout! And it looked like a Dolphins player like jumped in the neutral zone. And I think that's what they threw the flag over. But, you know, obviously the Browns took a timeout, so the neutral zone infraction doesn't count.
Yeah.
Fire Kevin Stefanski. He gave up a 4th down penalty.
Dude, you know, don't about that because you know it's gonna be a tweet later.
I know. It's
like literally, like every single play is tweeted about. They do with the Cavs too, but it's not as like on. But every single play is tweeted about. You know how sports world is.
Oh, they ended up going for it anyway. Jacoby Brissett with the quarterback sneak, and he pushes through and gets the 1st down.
There you go. The best quarterback sneaker in the NFL right there.
Now I'm really confused as to why they took a timeout.
Maybe they see something. Hey man, look, I'm not confused. I'm just happy it worked.
Also, Thomas, the statistically best quarterback sneaker of all time is Tom Brady.
I was just about to say it's probably. I was just about. You could have asked me who do you think. You could have like Thomas. Who do you think the greatest statistic or who's the best statistically quarterback sneaker of all time?
Christ. Jacoby Brissett way overthrows Pharaoh Brown there, and he was like 5 yards away from him. Man, that was terrible.
Yeah, man.
What the hell, Brissett? That's why you're a backup. That's right. There's why you're a backup. That's terrible.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not. No Dolphins in the area. Otherwise, that would have been like easily picked.
He's not. He's not Deshaun Watson.
I don't think Deshaun Watson's gonna. I think you've got this idea that Deshaun Watson's gonna come in and meet.
Do you think Deshaun Watson will make a throw like that?
I think that's the kind of thing when I'm talking about. Did the Browns fumble? I think the Browns fumbled. I think the Dolphins recovered. Dolphins recover. The Dolphins recover a fumble by, I believe, Nick Chubb. Sorry, Thomas.
No, but I mean, like, do you really think like Deshaun Watson ain't gonna make a throw like that?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. When I talk about rust, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like early on, you are going to be seeing throws like that, just because he's not going to be used to the game, like the speed of the game anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, I mean, like I don't think Deshaun Watson is going to consistently always make throws like that, but I think early on, that's why I say like this year. That's why I say this year, I think there's going to be, a bit of an adjustment period. So
maybe.
Like, you picked up Deshaun Watson for the hope that Deshaun Watson is going to change your team next year. But
maybe there might be an adjustment period.
I think there almost always is with any like new quarterback.
No, the adjustment period is freaking defense. These guys suck.
Well, that's not going to help then.
Well, what does not going to help us? The defense sucks.
Yeah, Nick Chubb sucks, man. You saw that fumble?
No, Nick Chubb's all right. He allowed to have a mistake every once in a while.
Nick Chubb sucks. Trash.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy's horrible.
Terrible.
Yeah. Can't believe we got that guy. Can't believe what a second round bust he was.
What a massively terrible pick. That's why you don't pick running backs in the second round.
You just don't pick running back in the second round. You pick running backs at 21 in the first round.
Yeah,
And
first
pass
round
up.
only.
Yeah. Like Najee Harris.
Right.
But Najee Harris, pick 12.
Or Saquon Barkley, who does seem to finally be living up to his draft status now, but it took him a while.
Brown drafted 3 players before they drafted Nick Chubb.
Did they really?
Yeah.
What year was
Baker
that?
Mayfield, Denzel Ward, who was the offensive lineman? Nick Harris, and then Nick Chubb.
Nick Harris.
Yeah.
What's a Nick
I believe
Harris?
so. He was an offensive lineman. Here, hold on. Let me pull it up. Cleveland Browns, 2000. That was in 2018 draft, right?
Nick Harris was a 5th round draft pick.
Oh, for real? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It wasn't Nick Harris. It was Austin Corbett. So it was a different offensive lineman.
Austin Corbett?
Yeah.
Isn't he also not a starter?
Yeah.
All right. Tua's going to hand the ball off to Jeff
So,
Wilson.
I mean, three good picks, one bad pick. Like the only bad pick out of those 4 is Baker. And Baker, he's not horrible.
I wouldn't say that was a bad pick.
What?
Baker.
I mean, he did what he needed to do. He changed the coaching. He changed the coaching for the team.
And he got you all a playoff win. Like, for considering where the Browns are at, I think that might have been like that might, I don't know if you could have had a better first overall pick, because like nobody, I don't know if any quarterback in the NFL, like starting our career off with the Browns, like the way the Browns were back then, I don't know if any quarterback in the NFL would have gone and had a good career out of that. The fact that Baker Mayfield got like a great start is, I think, incredible.
I make that argument all the time, but the only reason why I can never make that argument is like that's a what if scenario. And people hate what if scenarios. Like I personally, I don't think Josh Allen would be what he is today if he was in Cleveland. Or I think that's something. I just think that Cleveland messed him up. I think Cleveland would have messed up Lamar Jackson. And I get that. I say that all the time, and it just sucks because like I'm never going to be proven right about that. But I think Baker Mayfield, like his attitude was one of the things that helped him stay upright. Considering the fact that Hugh Jackson was a mess, Greg Williams was a mess, Ty Haley was a mess, Freddie Kitchens was a mess, Jimmy Haslam was a mess. Like, yeah, they never get credit for that.
I think Lamar Jackson in Cleveland would have been one of those, like, would have been another Johnny Manziel type bust. Like, not quite as bad, because Lamar Jackson doesn't have Johnny Manziel's attitude, which I think is part of the reason. Like, part of the reason you have if you look at every quarterback ever who was like a major first round bust, other than like Josh Rosen's the only one I can think of. But every other one, it was some sort of attitude problem. It was some sort of mindset problem. And actually, I think Josh Rosen had a mindset problem too. It wasn't so much like he was like arrogant piece of shit asshole. It was more like he was he just didn't have the fire, I think, that that a starting NFL quarterback needs.
Yeah, no, he would have he was horrible. But no, I just feel like what happened to Josh Allen? Josh Allen would have had a bad first season.
Well, he had a bad first season in Buffalo.
I'm about to say, and then he would have, and then Cleveland would have replaced him after one season. Yeah,
well, they definitely would have replaced him eventually, because if you recall, he had a bad second season too. Like Josh Allen didn't become Josh Allen until year 3.
Yeah, he wouldn't be in Cleveland after 2 seasons. He might have been a good quarterback somewhere else, but he wasn't. He would have got 2 seasons in Cleveland at most.
Right. Tua's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw. It's caught and then dropped by Jalen Waddle.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, waddle. That's how he's smacking. All right. So you got it, man. Who's number 54? I know, right over your head. Browns are doing a good job of keeping the receivers in front of them.
All right, Tua rolls back after the shotgun snap. He's going to throw. He's got a wide open Jalen Waddle this time. Gets it all the way down to about the 35-yard line. Right down the middle, man. Like nobody around him.
You sound like way too excited for that.
I have the same tone of voice when the Browns do it. It's a big play. You got to get excited about a big play. I think you're way too paranoid. Tua's going to throw the ball outright. Oh God!
Shut up.
See, that's what I'm saying right there. That was a massive overthrow by Tua. That's basically the same thing Jacoby Brissett did a couple plays ago. False start on the Dolphins anyway. That might have been part of why that happened. But that's what I'm saying. Tua's a great quarterback, and great quarterbacks do stuff like that too. So, the idea that Deshaun Watson doesn't do that, I don't know if that's accurate.
I'm not saying he won't do that. I'm just saying he's just be doing better.
Eventually, I think honestly, I think it's a little underrated the fact that Jacoby Brissett's actually done respectably well. So I don't think the Browns are going to get much of a boost from the quarterback position until Deshaun gets used to things.
Do you think that? Okay, and I do believe this. How much credit do you give Jacoby Brissett success to Kevin Stefanski?
Dude, y'all's run defense sucks. Like just straight up.
Yeah. I've been saying that. That's why we've been losing these games. I've been telling you the reason why the Browns are losing games isn't because they can't spin the pass, isn't because of their offense, it's because they can't stop the run. If the Browns can stop the run, they'll have 2 more wins on the schedule.
The Browns,
the
Dolphins are missing one of their 2 running. Like Myles Gaskin is out right now, so it's just Raheem Mostert and backup Jeff Wilson, and they're shredding guys.
I literally said that in last week's pod. I literally said that 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I know you did. That's why I'm pointing it out. I'm like, you were really right about that. Oh, and there's another one. There's another one. Raheem Mostert right up the middle. Okay, so what now about Kevin Stefanski? You asked me a question. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, would you credit some success of Jacoby Brissett to Kevin Stefanski? Or how much of
the majority of the success of Jacoby Brissett to Kevin Stefanski, quite frankly.
Me too. That's why I understand why people want to fire the man.
Because they're reactionary idiots. That's not just exactly. Browns fans. That's football fans in general.
I mean, that's people in general.
All right, Tua is going to be in shotgun formation. He's going to hand the ball off to Tyreek Hill, who's going to actually look to throw the ball, and then he's got Browns players all over him. Makes 5 Browns players miss, but then can't evade the 6th guy and gets tackled for a loss.
See, is that? How does it take you 5 players to tackle somebody?
6 players.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to count real quick.
1, 2,
let's see.
3, 4. Oh, you're
okay,
right.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Still, yeah, you're right. How does it take 4 players? Tackle the man.
I mean, look at him. It is Tyreek Hill.
No. Cow. I don't care who it is. Tackle the damn man.
All right.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine you had a job. No matter what your job is, but say I don't know, you used to work at UPS, right? So say you're delivering packages, FedEx, right? And then you're like, well, I would love to be quicker, but it's LeBron James house, so it's gonna take me long. No, get the package done. I don't care that's Tyreek Hill. Tackle the man. You're getting paid to tackle somebody. If you can't tackle him, don't suit up. Go home. Retire.
Well, actually, quite frankly, I did regularly stop my route so I could watch sports. Wow. Tua throws out to Jeff Wilson Jr. No accuracy, and Jeff Wilson Jr. manages to extend all the way and find a way to catch that ball. He picks up 10 yards. It's not going to be enough for a first down, but it'll make the field goal a chip shot.
Because the Browns can't tackle. That's the biggest problem. The reason why
nobody was near him. Once somebody tackled him, they tackled him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just seen him play. There's a war with the hit. I said war. There's no war get tackled.
I actually kind of love how you're a little behind me because like you're able to like have this speculation about what's probably happening. All right, field goal is up. It's good. Dolphins going to take a 10-7 lead. So I need
okay. And why? How come you see behind their sideline is like 80 degrees, 78 degrees, and our sideline's 105 degrees? Because we're in the sun.
Yeah, the Dolphins did that on purpose.
Yeah, fucking cheaters. Moving the sun to shine on the ground.
Against it. There's no rule against it. I mean, the Seahawks designed their stadium to retain crowd noise. Is that not cheating?
No, it's not cheating. Neither is cheating. Right now it's freaking 20 degrees and the lake's half frozen right now.
Yeah, dude, it was snowing yesterday. Like the day before was like 50 something degrees. I was like,
it's snowing right now. It's snowing right now. It's 22 and snowing right now.
I don't know if it's snowing here or not. No, it's not snowing right here.
Like I'm literally looking at snow coming off the lake. It's the coldest thing ever. It's literally the coldest thing ever.
Yeah, if I get that job at ESPN, then I'm gonna be I'm not gonna be dealing with lake weather, but I'm gonna be dealing with ocean weather, which is also very cold.
Yeah, it's bad.
I actually don't know like where does Bristol line up on a map?
You know what's weird to me is that like so I was in New York for New Year's. Like they're cold, maybe because there's more people and there's more buildings and there's more like radiation and heat around you in New York than anywhere else. But like it was like 20 degrees, 19 degrees in New York. It didn't feel like a Cleveland 20. But partially because that wind in New York can blow like it does in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If I get that job, I'm going to be exactly as far north as you are.
Yeah,
on the ocean instead of on a lake.
Yeah, but the lake. There's a lot of wind that comes through these lakes, though. I don't know how the wind works for the ocean. It probably works similar, right?
I've heard the winters are brutal, from what I've heard.
Oh, I bet you the winter. It's probably cold as fuck up there. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going to cuss on your live because I got in trouble with TikTok for cussing on my lives the other day.
Yeah, you can cuss on my channel. I don't care.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Don't say anything like racist, but
no, I'm not. You know what it was. I was saying strikers on my live on TikTok, and I was winning. And I was like, "Yeah, fuck you, motherfucker! I just fuck you up, yeah." So TikTok ripped me up for bullying and harassment. Hold on, bullying and harassing.
I think that's a little ridiculous.
All right, yeah, so anybody watching? We got anybody?
Well, by the way, Thomas, what's your score prediction?
27-22 Browns.
Huh. So you don't think it's going to be as high scoring as I think, which is crazy because I thought that I was like I thought I was lowballing it.
I think it's going to come down to earth a little more. The game goes progressive through. Because the Browns defense gets better later in the game.
Their offense is getting worse.
Yeah, I mean, Chubb just dropped the ball.
Yeah, and then Kareem Hunt came out here and couldn't, barely picked up a yard. I think it might have been like half a yard. Nick Chubb.
Kareem Hunt don't seem as explosive.
Well, he's not. Well, actually, no. I actually kind of disagree. I think Kareem Hunt is more explosive and less consistent.
Yeah.
Like Nick Chubb is like the dude, you hand him the ball, he's going to get yards. Whereas Kareem Hunt's the kind of guy who it's like half the time you're going to get the ball to him and it's not going to be much of anything. The other half, it's going to be like a big play.
I mean, I don't. I just feel like maybe Kevin Stinson not using him right.
What, Kareem Hunt?
Yeah.
I mean,
Man, Cooper
he
looks
was
so
the
good.
same way on the Chiefs.
Yeah, he was. Cooper's so good, man. Cooper's so he's a really good receiver. He's like if Nick Chubb was a receiver. He got kind of like the same demeanor.
Donovan Peoples-Jones and Kareem Hunt just ran into each other. Neither of them had the ball, so it was fine. But it made it made what probably could have been a longer run, a longer designed run by Jacoby Brissett into a shorter one. So we only got 3 yards on the play. Probably could have picked up like 6 or 7 if that hadn't happened, because like obviously they were trying to block and nothing happened.
I think it was supposed to be a rollout.
Well, I think it was an option. Obviously he saw the defenders right there, so he decided to keep it. But like I said, Kareem Hunt ran right into Donovan Peoples-Jones. All right, Jacoby Brissett fakes the handoff. He throws out to Harrison Bryant, who picks up 1 yard, I think. That's going to be 3rd and 6.
Manageable.
Not the way the 1st and 2nd down have gone. Oh, no, sorry. It's going to be 3rd and 5. I guess they gave him a little bit more than I thought. All right. Browns trying to keep up offensively with the Dolphins here. Can they pick up the 1st down on 3rd and 5? That Dolphins crowd is getting loud. See if they got it in them. Jacoby Brissett's in the shotgun formation. He motions Amari Cooper to his left. He's got Kareem Hunt in the backfield with him. He rolls back. He throws. It's caught. Amari Cooper, 1st down. About the 50.
Yeah, Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's nice, man.
That wasn't even a good throw by Jacoby Brissett. That was just a great catch by Amari Cooper. Like honestly, like 50% of receivers in the NFL don't make that catch. Actually, I'd wager to say 75% of receivers in the NFL don't make that catch. That was a terrible pass by Jacoby Brissett. Now, granted, he got hit, but still.
No, Mark Cooper's just been like just one catch.
All right, Jacoby Brissett under center. He's got Kareem Hunt in the backfield. Nick Chubb appears to be benched, which is funny. All right, and Dolphins are all over that. Kareem Hunt can't do anything. I think he maybe picks up a half yard. Maybe. Not exactly what you're looking for. Wonder if we'll see any Dearness Johnson today.
Probably not. You might get like a play.
That'd be cool.
You might get a play out of him.
Bills are up 17-7 on the Vikings.
Najee Harris had a 56-yard rush against New Orleans. God, New Orleans suck.
Yeah, New Orleans is kind of a problem.
I got
tickets to Kareem Hunt, who gets a lot more on that play, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 now.
Here you go, Kareem.
All right.
Here you go.
Detroit's up 10-3 on Chicago. Maybe is Detroit low key good, honestly, because like they started out the year good, if you recall, and then they kind of like lost a bunch of games in a row. They beat the Packers. If they beat the Bears, like are the Lions like on the edge of contending?
The problem with Detroit Lions is they have this guy named Jared Goff as quarterback.
Well, you know what? Jared Goff went to the Super Bowl.
Excuse me. Yeah.
All right, Jacoby Brissett hands ball off to Kareem Hunt. The Dolphins are all over it. He got tackled in the backfield. That's going to be 4th down. That's not even 4th and 1. That's going to be 4th and like 3 now. Kareem Hunt sucks.
Yeah, they should trade that guy.
He definitely has been bad today. Like in
I don't know how that guy won a rushing title. I'm being sarcastic, by the way.
Wait, did he win a rushing title?
Yeah, it's rookie season.
I don't remember that. Browns are going for it on 4th and 3.
Yeah, of course they are.
I mean, it's no man's land. It makes sense. And the pass is dropped. Donovan Peoples-Jones can't bring it in. He's trying to call for a flag, but the refs are not having it.
You sound way too excited for that.
No. Once again, it's a big play.
See, the thing is, I'm getting my feed from you, so why is it bad? It's just like you're just like the bearer of bad news. Like, fuck that. Fuck this dude.
Well, you know what? If the Browns do something, if the Browns do something incredible, I'll raise my voice for that too. How about that, Thomas?
No, you fine. You fine.
Although, I mean, to be fair, to be clear, I am rooting for the Dolphins. You know,
By the way, if a defender's on you within 5 yards of this, it's contact within 5 yards. I'm an idiot. Yeah. You got contact on a receiver within 5 yards, right?
Within 5 yards, yeah. I was actually that happened. That happened earlier in the game. I forget. It was either this game or it was the other game. I can't remember, but I think it was this game because I was talking about it out loud. The only thing I would have been talking about out loud is this game. But there was a lot of. I think it was on the Browns, and the Dolphins were in in scoring range. Or no, it might have been on the Dolphins. I can't remember. But either way, I thought there was they called it pass interference. And I thought they were going to call holding or something. And then I remembered, oh, well, they're within 5 yards, but they were also at the 2 yard line, right? So I was trying to think. I was like, how does that work when you're within 5 yards of scoring? Are you not allowed to touch them at all?
I don't know.
Or does it get reduced or something like that? Do you have to wait till they get into the end zone and then you can do whatever you want?
Well, if you see a defender's on somebody, should you throw the ball up a little high so you catch it high over the defender?
It depends on who the receiver you have is.
Well, I mean,
if you've got Amari Cooper, yes. If you've got if you've got what's his name, David Bell,
but
maybe you don't expect him to moss somebody.
Not like make him jump, or maybe get off his feet just a little bit. But if he does have to jump even just a little bit, and the defender's on him, and he prevents him from jumping, then you just manufacture a penalty because you kept your defender from being able to get the ball, which means that it would have been pass interference.
I mean that is a strategy, yeah. It's not a very honest strategy, but it's a strategy.
Players play for penalties all the time. Quarterbacks throw for penalties all the time.
I know. I know it happens. I'm just saying it's not very honest.
It's when with a quarterback, when quarterbacks pass, dropping back and pass, and they see and they see that two defender.
Whoa! Oh, there's a flag on the play though there, but Tua. Evades a ton of pressure on an amazing play action pass and throws off of his back foot to Tyreek Hill, who catches it. It didn't look like there was any chance of him catching that, but there is a flag on the play. So let's see what the flag is. Oh, that was a big 20-yard catch too. Let's see what the flag is.
Probably roughing the passer.
It's on the defense. It's not roughing the passer, but it's on the defense. Looks like it was illegal contact. What a play. What a play.
Yeah, I can't wait tomorrow.
That illegal contact penalty, by the way, was on Sion Takitaki. Who had the big play earlier, so. I think honestly, Thomas, part of the reason why your run defense is so bad lately is because you don't have Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
No, it was bad when we had him.
Oh.
What you mean? It's always that's not what it is. He's just not good. The defense is not good, or the deep run defense is not good.
Well, they did good on that play. Only let them get 2 yards there. Oh, that's right. I forgot the Dolphins traded for Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going to make an impact in this game. He hasn't so far.
You know, I've been seeing where the hell is Myles Garrett? What you doing, Myles?
All right, Tua's going to hand the ball off to Jeff Wilson Jr. Gets to the outside, picks up about 11 yards on the play, and that's more than enough for a first down. Dolphins are knocking on the door again.
Our run defense can't even breathe on somebody.
That's true. That was atrocious.
It's the Red Sea just parting up for them. The run defense is not sounding like the run defense is even trying.
It's a wonder that y'all aren't ranked statistically worse than you are in run defense.
What are we statistically ranked?
I mean, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it wasn't 32. All right, Tua's going to hand the ball off to Jeff Wilson Jr. Big hole, 9.5 yards. God, dear God, stop throwing the ball. Just hand the ball off every play.
Well, that's what I've been saying. The run defense, the Dolphins got the 29th ranked run defense in the league, and they're just running the ball all over us.
Yeah, I know. That was, if you recall, that's what I was saying on the podcast. I was like, I don't know if the run defense is going to be like what's going to get you this game, because like the Dolphins' run defense hasn't exactly been good.
And then the run defense just opened up the pass defense or the pass offense. We can run the ball like that, then it just makes it easier to pass the ball because the team cannot stop the run at all.
Well, Clowney stopped the run on that play. You know, it was a 2nd and 1, and he didn't let him get anything, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 now. I would just run the ball again, honestly.
I need more from Myles Garrett. Where the hell is Myles Garrett? Where you at, Myles? Is he even on the field?
He's on the field. Yeah, he's there.
It don't feel like it.
He's also an edge player, and they're doing a lot of running up the middle.
Yeah, it's true.
What the hell was that? Tua looked like he was checking his watch for a second, and then they ran a play, and Tua never like moved. Somebody else took the ball or took the snap. I didn't even say they faked me out. I think Tyreek Hill took the snap. I think Tyreek Hill. Sorry, number 81, the tight end, took the snap and tried what is essentially a quarterback sneak, even though he's not a quarterback. Tua was checking. Okay, they're saying he didn't get the snap. The Dolphins are going to try to run for it on 4th and 1. The Browns are all over it, and so the Dolphins are going to turn it over on downs.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So we were just talking.
You be a little more excited about that. A little more.
I'm trying, but like everything's going so quickly.
Yeah, I'm sorry to put this happen on my end.
Okay.
No, that's encouraging.
Yeah,
look at them boys.
I mean, we were just talking about how bad the Browns' run defense was, and I mean they like that the last 4 plays they just fucking stuffed them. Like
there you go, Grant Delpit, LSU prodigy.
There was a nothing there for the Dolphins. I said just keep running the ball, you'll eventually get it, and I guess not.
Hey man, Cleveland has been low on Grant Delpit, but I'm telling you, man, if Grant Delpit leaves Cleveland, he's going straight to Cincinnati. I hate that. I would just hate that for us.
No, I don't know why we'd sign Grant Delpit.
Because he's boys with Jamar Chase and what's his face?
What?
You know what's his face?
You mean from LSU? Okay, but at the same time, like we if we might lose Jesse Bates. But we already drafted Dax Hill. I just don't know why we'd go out and like sign a guy unless Dax Hill sucks. If Dax Hill sucks, they might sign Grant Delpit. I would love Grant Delpit, dude. I was so high on Grant Delpit going into the draft, and when the Browns took him, I was mad.
Yeah, and then he tore his Achilles his rookie year. That must have been tough.
Yeah, he had a lot of injury issues his last year in college too. So that's part of the reason why he didn't like go number 1 overall, basically. Also, doesn't help that he plays safety. Nobody likes taking safety super high.
He was a music college though.
He was like when he was on. His last year in college wasn't that great, but it was because he was injured. But that's also a big reason why a lot of people were like, oh well, we're not going to sign him. But yeah, dude, Browns breathed some life back into their defense there by stuffing the Dolphins and turning the ball over on downs. Dolphins still have the lead 10-7. But
we need a touchdown right here.
Yeah, they basically just took points away from the Dolphins. So I mean that's huge. Vikings are starting to come back. They're it's 10-17, and they got the ball right now. So Vikings might actually get ahead on the Bills here. Josh Allen playing hurt, to the best of my knowledge. Steelers up 10-0 on the Saints. Fuck you, Saints.
Yeah,
fuck the Saints.
I was saying that.
I know you didn't say what the score was though. Giants up 7-3 on the Texans. Broncos still tied with the Titans 0-0. Lions up 10-3 on the Bears. And Chiefs up 14-0 on the Jags. Jacoby Brissett's going to fake the handoff to Nick Chubb, who's back in the game. And oh my God. Got it out to Harrison Bryant, who got hit, but managed to just like push the guy away from him. Like, no, you're not taking me down. And then like crawled on his hands and feet to about another 5 yards and picked up a first down. That was incredible.
There you go. That was a good play. Harrison Bryant was like the all-time yards leader in like tight ends and FCS, crazy like that. I don't know. He did something impressive in college.
Who did he play for in college?
Some FCS school, but he broke some kind of record. He was like the Kevin Love of
Florida
college tight end.
Florida Atlantic is FBS, isn't it?
He broke some kind of record. I can't remember what it was. Here, wait, hold up. Let's see. Harrison Bryant college record. He had 148 receptions for 2,137 yards and 16 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Finished his college career with that. He was the first FAU player to ever be named a consensus first-team All-American.
That's what it was. There was something with that. He did something. I swear he done something. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, yeah, he was impressive in college. Long story short,
it's kind of crazy that he got picked in the 4th round.
Yeah,
you think he would have got picked higher with I know he went to FAU, but still, you put up production like that, you got some talent, and he's been decent in the NFL, right? There's been a few inconsistencies and stuff, but there's a reason y'all got rid of Austin Hooper. That's because they like Harrison Bryant. Speaking of which, Thomas, I was watching the Titans Chiefs game the other day, and Austin Hooper caught this pass from Malik Willis that was just like it was an amazing throw by Malik Willis, but it was also an amazing catch by Austin Hooper. And I was just sitting there thinking, man, the Browns might be missing him.
Nah, we got good tight ends.
Well, you do got good tight ends. I'm just saying, that was.
It frees up cap space. Pretty much why they did it. Can't repay them all.
All right, so the 4th down conversion giveth, and the 4th down conversion taketh away. The Dolphins are 1 for 1, the Dolphins are 1 for 2 on 4th down conversions in this game. Browns are 0 for 1. All right, Jacoby Brissett's going to hand the ball off to Nick Chubb, who is not able to get anything. I think he picks up like 1.5 yards, maybe 2. So maybe it's just the Browns' run offense, which is just not really doing a whole lot right now.
Wait, didn't we get a 4th down conversion early in the game? Yeah, right before the fumble.
Oh, so maybe y'all are also 1 for 2. All right, Jacoby Brissett throws the ball off to Nick Chubb. They're really trying to get him going, and he's just not doing anything. Gets maybe 1.5 yards there.
I can hear people on the radio already. Why they run the ball to Nick Chubb more? Watch, I bet you'll turn on Twitter after he's saying.
Well, because he fumbled, probably. They're trying to get him going again, though. They unbenched him. All right, so it's 3rd down and 6 from the 31-yard line. Amari Cooper motions to the right. Jacoby Brissett, shotgun formation. He rolls back. Pressure immediately, and he goes down. He's sacked. It's going to be 4th down. 4th and probably about 15 or so. So I don't believe they're going to be going for it on 4th down here.
I can't wait till we get our $300 million quarterback. It's going to be Rusty Thomas. I know.
Deshaun Watson might do quite a few things better than Jacoby Brissett, but Deshaun Watson Lamar Jackson gets sacked on that play, Thomas. Nobody gets out of that play. Eli Manning in the Super Bowl gets sacked on that play. Like, that was just terrible
I
perfection.
can't wait till that $300 million quarterback plays. There's going to be a noticeable different. Watch.
I think it will make a difference next year. Maybe the final couple games of the season. I think y'all be very happy that you made that trade next year, but this year, I don't know.
We're going to see.
All right, Corey Bojorquez out to punt the ball away. It's returned and makes a few people miss. Doesn't really get a whole lot out of it, so gets the ball down to about the 48-yard line. So
I miss Scottish Hammer. Scottish Hammer, baby.
I mean, Corey Bojorquez is a decent punter.
Yeah, he's all right, but like, it was just funny, man. The Scottish Hammer thing. When I go to the stadium, I'll be like, "Yeah, just Scottish Hammer."
It's definitely like the best punter nickname I've probably ever heard.
But it was so funny though, because like, I remember one time I was at the game and I was yelling about the Scottish Hammer, and the guy behind me was like, "It's a Scottish Hammer, baby." I was like, "Yeah, it's a Scottish Hammer, baby."
Like the Scottish Hammer and Legatron are like the two greatest specialist nicknames of all time.
I like special teams.
You like special teams?
Yeah, I think special teams is like one of the most exciting parts of football.
I don't, not anymore. Like maybe punts can be, but like kickoffs have become so like castrated over the last few years.
Like kickoff sucks. Kickoff sucks.
But punts and field goals have gotten really interesting, and punts are definitely a lot more interesting than they probably have a right to be.
I mean, think about it though. How many times do you go to a game and you're just like, "Man, that was a nice punt." Isn't it like the most underrated thing about going to a football game is watching a nice punt? Cause you're just like, "Damn, he hit the fuck out that ball." Like that motherfucker kicked the hell out of that ball. Like, that dude just booted that ball high and far. Like watching a nice punt is just so common. Just sit there and like nobody ever says anything during the punt. They just watch it. They just look at it. Nobody saying anything. It's like, "Oh, okay, all right." Some people are like, "Oh, look at that." But I mean, the punt is just such a nice part of football. It's so underrated. Yeah. Shout out to the punt off.
I think the punt deserves a little bit more flash than it gets, because like I said, kickoffs have just gotten so lame lately. The only time you have any potential of anything cool happening is on a punt anymore. So I almost kind of wish teams would stop going for it on fourth down so much, because while it is interesting, when you do it all the damn time, it's kind of just annoying. And then you take out the fun of what punts can be.
Yeah.
All right, Dolphins back out on the field here. They got a 1st and 10. Tua's in shotgun. He takes the snap, throws to Raheem Mostert. Browns swallow him up after about a 5-yard pickup.
There you go. Hold him within 5.
Well, I mean,
I know.
I wouldn't say a 5-yard play is necessarily great, but you know, they didn't let him get any extra yards, which is crucial.
Look, Kyle,
Tua throws. He's got a wide open man, wide open for about a 15-yard pickup. I think that's Mike Gesicki. I think that's Mike.
Yeah, go ahead, fire Joe Woods.
There's Mike Gesicki.
Yeah,
Joe Woods is not having a great showing right now.
Yeah, we need to get fired. Fire that man.
Grant Delpit on the tackle. Honestly, it was bad coverage by Grant Delpit too.
Yeah, well, it looked like he was out of place.
When it's a good play, it's always on Grant Delpit. When it's a bad play, it's always on Joe Woods. Oh, that's interference. That's interference. Sion Takitaki basically tackled the Dolphins player before he had a chance to catch that. That's interference. They're not calling it, but I think that's interference.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, dude, he tackles him. He straight up tackles him.
Let me be a judge of that.
Matthew says he's got to go. I didn't even realize you were here, Matthew. What's up?
That was interference.
That was straight up interference, dude. Like, I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but
Maybe that was the 5 yards.
it doesn't matter. He was trying to catch the pass. It's still interference.
That's totally interference.
All right. Tua throws the ball out to Sherfield, who picks up about 5 yards. Clock's winding down. We're almost at halftime, y'all. See you, bub. We are almost at halftime, and
I'm going at halftime.
Trying to get a touchdown.
After the halftime, and then I'll probably stay a little bit during the halftime. But after halftime, out here.
All right, you do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, I'm going to Cavs game tonight.
I appreciate you coming on, though. It definitely gives a little bit more interest to a game because, like, obviously, I'm not like I have a bit of a rooting interest here as Tua throws to Jalen Waddle, and he like goes up and snatches that thing out of the air for a first down. But obviously, I have a bit of a rooting interest here, but like. I think it's more fun to have a fan of one of the teams on here. If I could do that, like if I could do that consistently, like have a fan of each team on during these streams and like stream with the fan, and then like I could do all the stuff I normally do, but also have a lot of like generate some excitement from the person who's more invested in the game.
I just kind of wish I was a little bit more ahead of you though.
Yeah, that's part of the problem with streaming with people is like you're almost never going to have it like synced up. Two or three.
No, that'd be fine if I was watching this on my actual television. If I'm watching this on Paramount Plus, you're probably watching this on what, NFL.com or something?
NFL Game Pass. NFL Game Pass. Yeah, NFLGamePass.com.
Yeah, I'm watching this on Paramount Plus.
Which is also I'm also using a VPN to access it though. So I mean like it should be actually slowing me down.
Yeah, so like but I'm watching on Paramount Plus. Yo, if I was watching on just like regular television, I'd probably be ahead of you. But
that's what I'm saying. I would imagine. I don't know why you're so far behind on Paramount Plus.
Because man, it's Paramount Plus, man. It's Paramount Plus.
I don't know. I don't have them, so I don't know what.
For me, Netflix is number one. If you want to argue that Disney Plus or HBO is better than Netflix, fine. No, Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO, Hulu, you really can't go wrong with any of those two.
I think for me, my favorite is HBO. But Hulu before I got HBO, I definitely liked Hulu better than Netflix.
The two that I watch the most is Hulu and Netflix, honestly.
Touchdown! I think it's a touchdown. I think so. Sherfield with the toe tapping catch in the back of the end zone. Looks like they're calling it's a touchdown. Touchdown Dolphins.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that just happened. So continue, Thomas.
You know what it is? I need what's his name? Miles Garrett to get more pressure on Tua.
Yeah,
like,
Miles Garrett has been pretty absent.
Absent.
Haven't heard from him at all.
He might have pushed him off on the helmet, but it don't really matter because we did get away with pass interference. So,
well, it's kind of like in the Super Bowl. I kind of negate I don't talk a whole lot about how Logan Wilson basically got called on the most bullshit pass interference penalty I've ever seen in my life. Because T. Higgins also probably got away with a face mask. So it's basically like, they get a touchdown, like we get a touchdown, they get a touchdown kind of thing.
Yeah, I know exactly.
At the end of the day,
I know exactly what two plays you're talking about.
Right. At the end of the day, the reason we lost.
No, I mean, dude literally poked him in the eye before jumping up for that ball, though. He literally poked him in the eye.
Well.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Got to play with the parameters you got. In general, people complain a lot about the refs, but the thing is, like over a long period of time, the refs are generally terrible, equally for everybody. Like
That
yes,
was
the
your
refs are
Brown.
bad. And in individual games, if you take just individual games, yeah, there's a lot of situations where it looks like one team got screwed over another. But when you take like all of the calls over an entire season, you'll see that in general, there's not really an NFL team that gets favored over another team. Like, I mean, maybe there will be some that have like more like calls than others, but
Oh, come on, man. You know the Patriots, man. Come on, man. You talking about Tom Brady Patriots, man.
okay, that's the one exception to the rule. Like, it's not the
And then,
Patriots, it's not the
and then
Buccaneers.
anytime
roughing-
a multi-quarterback
passer on Tom, like when there's a potential to call roughing the passer on Tom Brady, they call that. But outside of that one human being, I'm saying there's not really a lot of difference. Sometimes there's stuff like, if you have a team that like the Bengals, for example, who had a reputation for dirty play, then officials will be looking at them a little bit more, and there'll be a lot more questionable calls, but you won't really get more bullshit calls.
Oh, now that you're a Brown.
I disagree with that too.
I don't. I do not. I'm going to, like I said, I've said at halftime. Still at halftime. I'm out of here.
All right. So, Dolphins are currently leading 17-7. If the Browns are going to come away with a win, then they're going to need to get their act together, because quite honestly, outside of that first drive they had on offense, it's mostly just kind of been a shit show. All right. Dolphins are going to kick the ball off, probably the final kickoff of the half because there's 32 seconds left. Going to be attempted return from the end zone, which was a terrible decision because he gets tackled around the 16-yard line. I don't know what he was thinking there. Ford.
I know he was thinking. He wasn't thinking at all, honestly. He probably wasn't thinking at all.
It was a terrible decision to try to return that kick. Who's Ford? Jerome Ford. Is he like a?
He's the running back for his UC.
I remember.
AKA Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt's replacement.
Yeah, when they both get traded because they're both terrible. Jacoby Brissett, shotgun formation. He throws. It's caught. It is caught by David Bell. About a 9-yard pickup. There's a flag on the play, though.
All right, it was against.
I don't know yet. I didn't even see what the flag was. It might be interference on the Dolphins. I'm not sure. Jacoby Brissett's trying to argue with him. Refs keep pointing at the Dolphins, so I'm imagining it's on the Dolphins.
Yeah, you never know.
All right, there's 2 fouls on the play. Tripping on the Browns.
Okay.
And holding on the Browns.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the one that's accepted is a holding on Jedrick Wills.
Of course.
Well, that's going to push him back.
Of course it will.
Yeah. Not sure what the tripping was. I would think tripping would be a heavier penalty than holding.
I think it'd be spotted foul for tripping.
Maybe. But I think the tripping was in the backfield, though. That's what I'm saying. All right, it's 1st and 18. Jacoby Brissett, shotgun formation. He's going to hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt. And there's a flag on the play. Kareem Hunt picks up about 6 yards. Looked like somebody might have grabbed his face mask, so I think it might be. I think this one will. Oh, nope, this one's also holding on the Browns.
See, I told you, man, the refs, we hates us, man.
That's Jack Conklin.
Like the refs literally hates us, dude.
Well, maybe your team just needs to stop holding.
Maybe the refs need to stop being so freaking haters, man. The refs hate us. Like, it's very fascinating to me how much the refs really do just hate us.
All right, so Joe just going to kneel the ball now, and he almost fumbles it. He almost fumbles the kneel down because he ran into Ethan Poch's ass.
And there's validity to what I'm saying, Kyle. You know what? Because the Browns fan base is known to be the least friendly fan base when it comes to refs in the NFL. So refs notice when they come to Cleveland. So
Okay,
they're
this is on the road though.
yeah, but they just hate us altogether because we have that reputation of our fans be throwing beer bottles at referees. Like our fans literally threw beer bottles at referees. And it's not like it happened once; it happened multiple times in history where the fans get so pissed off at refs they literally try to hurt refs.
Well, I would think that would make the refs go the opposite direction. Then, like, oh God, I don't want to have beer bottles thrown at me.
No, they hate us.
Maybe stop being dicks. But also like I have yet to see. Those were both correct penalties. Those were both definitely holding.
I think the reason why Browns fans are so mad is because we're trying to be fans of our football team. People making fun of us, so we just beat people up. You know, like if you're gonna talk shit about me, don't expect not to see the chance. That's what it is.
Maybe learn to play football.
Well, yeah, but we're not playing football. We're just trying to enjoy the football team is in our city.
It might be difficult.
So, like, you know, I mean, somebody's like making fun of you right in front of your face, like to an extent, and making fun of you and your city and shit. Yeah, you know, I might not. You might not do anything to retaliate. I might not do anything to retaliate because you know we got jobs and you know we like our careers. But don't mess the wrong person.
I mean, I suppose, but I mean, you want to talk about a fan base that gets shitted on constantly.
The 49ers.
I know you guys are probably like get it the worst, but I mean, Bengals fans definitely have gotten it pretty bad over the years, and we don't go throwing.
I won't lie.
That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't expect you guys not to, you know, get a little shit from people.
But that's what I'm saying though. We don't go throwing beer bottles at the refs over it.
Yeah, but y'all didn't have your football team stripped away from you by Old Park.
Man, we almost did.
In fact, your franchise, the reason why I had your franchise was because of us.
Yeah, but that was your own fault.
No, it was because of that old farts.
Well, I mean that's true, but he being like the head of the Cleveland Browns at the time and trying to make what he thought was the right move for the Cleveland Browns. That's why I say that's y'all. Like obviously Art Modell moving the team to Baltimore, he was no longer acting in the interest of the Cleveland Browns at that point. He was acting in the interest of Art Modell. But when he fired Paul Brown, from his perspective, that was probably stupid at the time, but it was still his perspective. He was doing that because he thought it was the right move for the Browns.
Yeah, he also fired Bill Belichick.
That's a little different. Like that's more bad for the Ravens because like firing Bill Belichick at that time doesn't really mean anything because he's moving the team anyway.
Yeah, but you had Bill Belichick as the coach as he moved to New City.
Okay, but again, it's not like you would have kept Bill Belichick anyway. He would have just become the coach of the Ravens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, why? Like, either way, I'm saying is he fired Bill Belichick.
Because
Bill Belichick.
Because they were bad.
They were bad because they moved the team to a new city, and then it was kind of hard to keep the locker room when that's kind of like, you know, a thing that's happening.
Well, I suppose, but I think the thought process was like, again, I don't understand why you're getting mad about them firing Bill Belichick because it literally has nothing to do with you.
No, I'm saying Art Modell fired Bill Belichick and he fired Paul Brown. He fired two top 5 coaches.
Yeah, but I don't think Bill Belichick becomes Bill Belichick if he's like coaching in Baltimore. Because I mean, like I don't know if you remember, but you know they had a coach there in Baltimore before Brian Billick. It was Ted Marchibroda, if I remember correctly, and he didn't exactly work out.
Bill Belichick made the playoffs the year before the Browns moved. Okay. And beat the Patriots in the playoffs.
Which is cool. But, like, I'm just saying, like Bill Belichick was, like, a great head coach. I'm just saying I don't know if he becomes this legendary all-time head coach if he stays in Baltimore.
I mean, maybe he does.
Maybe you don't know. I sure hope not. Although actually, I guess I don't care. But I would also think you would hope not. Like you don't want them to have like they got one Super Bowl with Brian Billick, but if Bill Belichick turns into Bill Belichick, which the reason I say that is because I don't know if Bill Belichick, like the all-time, like probably the greatest head coach of all time, I don't know if that happens without Tom Brady. Like, but then again, I also don't think Tom Brady turns into Tom Brady without Bill Belichick. I think they converge on each other to create like this like all-time amazing dynasty. Without it happening exactly like that way, neither of them would have become who they are.
So if we went for the Browns moving away, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick never would have met each other.
But no, because Art Modell probably still fires Bill Belichick.
See, I hate that guy. I hate that guy. I really do hate that guy. Did Bill Belichick do Brown bad at Cleveland?
No, he didn't. He didn't. I don't think that he saves anything because, like, quite frankly, I think Art Modell was planning on moving the Browns long before he ever did move the Browns. So honestly, that 95 season, like, I think he fired Bill Belichick more so because he was just trying to get like a brand new start in Baltimore. More so, I think, than it had to do with anything to do with him not believing in Bill Belichick. I think it was more of just like, let's hit the reset button.
Can't believe that idiot moved the team. Even though I was barely alive when that happened, I still can't believe he did it. I'm never gonna forget what I was doing when I heard the announcement the first time. I was playing 50 squares. I was trying to fit circles in a round peg and shit. Then I heard the news. The heart broke my little heart, man. It heart broke me. It was my first ever sports heartbreak, man. It was horrible.
I remember. I think it was at Lowe's when I heard the news.
I honestly, I don't. I was too young.
I was. When did they move 95? 95. Okay, so that was like the first year I started paying attention to football for real. And that's also like I was like 3 or 4 when that happened. That's like when some of my first memories are. So like I have this vague memory of being at Lowe's and hearing that the Browns are moving. And I remember at the time not really knowing what to think about it. The only thing I knew is that we don't like the Browns, and that was bad for the Browns. So that's good. But like obviously, as I got older, I started, like I developed new perspectives on like, oh, I like hate it in general when NFL team, like even if the Steelers moved from Pittsburgh, I would feel bad for the people of Pittsburgh, right? Like I don't like it when teams move. Period. Like,
yeah, me either. I'm the same way.
I mean, I lost my basketball team from that. I wasn't even. I'm not even a resident of that city.
No, so I'm a No, it really just sucked. But my first sports memories is actually in baseball, not football. I didn't get into football until my first football. I didn't get into football until I was in 2nd grade. Like I used to love baseball. Baseball was always my favorite. I was just at baseball. Well, no, because my last name is Scargill, so of course. But like the Guardians or the Indians when I was a kid were like they were like the hot ticket in town. They ran the city, and then the Browns kind of took over when they came back. Which is crazy because they were never any good when they came back. Yeah, well, because the thing was, they were good right before they left, so people thought. Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, you got a completely different infrastructure. You've got a new owner. You've got a new everything. Like this is basically it's only the same team in name. Like other than that, you got to realize the Browns team that's the same as the old Browns team. Yeah, but you took away nobody loves football. Like football is religion up here, man. So you took away that religion for 4 years. You took it away. There's been a football team in Northeast Ohio since football began, and they took the football team away from Northeast Ohio. This is where pro football started, and they took it away from us. Like he took it. He took that. I don't think anybody understands. Like that devastates our city more than anybody else because people don't understand how much we love football up here, man. Like people live, breathe, and die football up here, man.
Yeah.
Like this isn't like. I mean, it's football versus the world. It isn't just like during football season. No, people in Cleveland think about football every single day of the year, man. It's an all year thing, and it's not just. Yeah, I know Texas is big in high school football too, but like Cleveland's huge on high school football, man. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. So, I know the NFL started in Canton, but I'm actually and I don't like saying this any more than I like the fact that it's true. But do you actually know where the first ever professional football game was played?
Probably like Maryland or something.
Nope.
Florida.
Nope. Think like the dregs of the earth.
Toledo, Ohio.
No, Pittsburgh.
Oh, real?
Yeah, first professional football game ever was played between the Pittsburgh Athletic Club and the Allegheny Athletic Club. The first NFL game was played in Dayton.
It was played in Canton. Yeah.
It was played in Dayton.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Between the Columbus Panhandles and the Dayton Triangles. Like,
yeah, because there were four professional football teams in Ohio when the NFL started, right? Crazy like that.
There were what?
Weren't there like four professional football teams in Ohio when the NFL started?
I don't something like I don't quite remember. Let me
think about it though, right? So you said what they called it? Dayton. It was Dayton versus Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there were the Akron Pros, if my memory serves me correctly, won the championship that year, right? Because they had the only African American in the league, and there was a team in Canton too, right? So that's at least four.
Yeah.
And I will bet there was
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 teams in Ohio.
Yeah, because they probably was a team in Cleveland then, right?
Akron, Canton, Cleveland, Columbus, and Dayton. And then and then the next year, I believe Cincinnati got a team.
Yeah. I mean, there were plenty of teams that started in like Southern Ohio, including the Lions. They started in like some random ass city in Southern Ohio.
Portsmouth, right? They were the Portsmouth Spartans.
Yeah, how the fuck?
I don't know. Like, I know a bunch of people from Portsmouth, and they love football up there, but I don't understand.
Can you imagine if they never move and there was the NFL team was Portsmouth?
I don't know why there ever would be. It'd be like saying, like, oh, what if the Dayton?
Well, look at Green Bay. Look at the Packers.
Like, who's gonna go to a football game in Dayton, Ohio?
But look at the Packers, though.
Yeah, but there's nobody around the Packers. That's the thing. Like,
there's nobody around Portsmouth. Where the hell is Portsmouth?
The Packers are basically Milwaukee's team, essentially.
Where the hell is Portsmouth?
It's like the southern tip of Ohio.
How far is Cincinnati?
Portsmouth, an hour, I think, roughly.
Yeah, see, Portsmouth would have been y'all Packers.
Well, yeah, we would have had that instead of Cincinnati, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, man. I mean, like, wouldn't it have been cool to have a team that's been around that long in that little small town? And be like, hey, we're all going out to Portsmouth, and it'll be like one of the meccas of the NFL. They probably would have like 2 or 3 Super. Like, you imagine that team like had a Super Bowl win or something, and then like that whole city was ran around that NFL team.
No, that wouldn't be cool at all because then I wouldn't have the Bengals.
Well, yeah, but you might have the Portsmouth Spartans probably have a Super Bowl.
So the Stupid Seal is coming in. Looks like Stupid Seal is rooting for the Dolphins.
What happened to him being the Smart Seal? Bring back the Smart Seal.
I think it was a temporary fix. Tua throws to Jeff Wilson Jr., who's got plenty of room on the outside, picks about 15.
All right, I might do it now.
Jacksonville punted with 11 seconds left before the half. Kansas City fumbled, and Jacksonville had the ball with 7 seconds left. That's stupid.
All right, well, I'm gonna let you up, man. I gotta go do life.
All right, man. You have a good one, and I hope your team loses.
I hope my team wins. Peace.
Okay. Oh, what just happened there? All right. All right. Jeff Wilson Jr. gets the handoff from Tua Tagovailoa. He's going to move up about 6 yards on the run carry there. As me and Thomas were talking about over the break, the Browns' run defense is god-awful. I don't know what's up with that, but they're horrible. Like, he wasn't kidding how bad they are. The stupid seal says he changed it, going to make it the Twitter name. Hey, man, that's cool. That's cool. I just thought it was funny. Like, honestly, like, I think Thomas is salty about it, but I just thought it was funny, you know. All right. Tua fakes the handoff. Rolls left, throws. He's got a man. First down. First down for Ingold, the guy who got the touchdown earlier. Nice. Gotta love it. Got to love it. All right. Man, the Browns' run defense today has just been atrocious. Going up against the Dolphins, who have like the 29th ranked run offense in the NFL. Like, obviously they won't after this, but before this game, it was like the 29th or something ranked run offense in the NFL. Terrible. Just atrocious. All right, Tua motions a man to the right, hands the ball off to Jeff Wilson Jr. Browns actually hold him there. So the Browns have been doing a much better job about stopping the run, you know, once they let him get all the way. It kind of reminds me of the Bengals, you know, like they let him get all the way down the field and then they start playing good defense. I don't know what's up with that, but obviously with the Dolphins having a 10-point lead, that's not going to be good enough, because if they can get down to this part of the field and just get field goals, then they're going to win. You know, the Dolphins actually elected to, elected to go for it and left points up on the board. So the score really should be 20-7 right now. All right. Tua going to fake the handoff to Jeff Wilson Jr. He's going to pump, and then he throws to Mike Gesicki. He's got first down there. So, Stupid Seal, if you're just joining us, what is your prediction for the final score of this game? Obviously, it's not going to be quite as crazy of a prediction, because, you know, you already know what happened in the first half. You know, my prediction was what I thought was going to happen at the beginning of the game, and save for an offensive explosion from both teams, I don't think we're getting 35-20. Although Dolphins got 17 in the first half. So, I mean, they could get 17 in the second half. Browns getting 21, though, seems a little unlikely. They got to get 14 in the second half to get that. Tua's going to hand the ball off to Raheem Mostert, who nobody getting around him. Browns defense is terrible. Touchdown, Jeff Wilson Jr. Raheem Mostert, as I just said, not Jeff Wilson Jr. That's how little anybody that's how little any of this matters about the Dolphins running game. That's how bad the Browns running defense is dudes who I can't even remember their names are out here scoring. Like Raheem Mostert's their starting running back, and I'm getting him confused with a third stringer. Oh my God. This is awful. So that 35-point mark for the Dolphins that I predicted, that might happen. Now, whether the Browns will get to 21 or not, I don't know. We're going to find out. All right, the extra point is up. It's good. And we're going to go ahead and change this banner now. 24-7. I think Thomas might have been a little cocky after that win against the Bengals. Stupid Seal says my Dolphins bias. Oh, bias, yeah, BIAS is taking over 38-10. The Browns defense is horrific. Also, the Browns big boy running backs suck right now. They've done nothing. No, Nick Chubb was doing well earlier, but then he fumbled. But yeah, Kareem Hunt's been awful. Are you a Dolphins fan, Seal? I feel like you may have told me who your favorite team was at one point, but based off of that, sounds like you're a Dolphins fan. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 38-10. I think the Dolphins are probably going to let up on the gas pedal, and the Browns are going to get some garbage time points. All right, well, Dolphins fan. Sorry about your luck against us. That's not a comment about Tua. That's just a comment about like, we won. So, all right. Yep. This game's honestly like, it's kind of a shame that a lot of people show up like on my streams. My streams tend to populate after the second half. You don't really get too much interaction in the first half. It's kind of a shame because all of the intrigue was in the first half. This game is starting to get a little out of hand for the Dolphins. Like, obviously, you, stupid seal, are going to be rather enjoying anything to do with the rest of this game because the Dolphins are pretty much dominating at this point. But at the same time, the general audience probably not going to be. I mean, we're not going to be getting any big reactions at this point, unless the Browns lead a comeback. If the Browns lead a comeback, might get some interesting reactions out of that. But out of this, it's 24-7 right now. There's not much, So we're basically just going to hang out. I might have a beer or something. Might just kick my feet back, have a beer, and hang out. I got a couple in the fridge, so I could. I totally could. Still waiting on my assignment to go up for PFF, so I'm really just kind of killing time right now. Just so you know, y'all know I'm probably not going to be doing the Sunday night football game night. Between the Chargers and 49ers anyway, so I guess really who cares? But I got some work that I need to catch up on. So, and not to mention I've been trying to get to the gym early. So I don't know how many primetime games I'm going to be doing anyway, going forward. I'll probably do some, but I don't know which ones. As the Dolphins kick the ball back to the Browns, and it's just going to be a touchback. Just going to be a touchback. All right. We got 2 people watching. Whoever the other one is, leave yourself a comment in the chat. Tell me what your score prediction is. Although I think at this point it's like, like predicting the Dolphins to win is kind of soft, but tell me what you think the final score is going to be at the very least. All right, Jacoby Brissett in the shotgun I formation. I actually don't remember what that formation's called. It's like the pistol, but without the fullback. Hands the ball off to Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb goes nowhere. So, Seal, you were right earlier at this point about how the Browns running backs aren't really doing a whole lot. They're definitely not now. Nick Chubb was doing pretty well earlier, but now he's not at all. Say you're disappointed with that game, but Adam Gase was your coach, so you've come to expect disappointment. Well, I don't think it was just Adam Gase, honestly. The Dolphins have had a bit of a rough run in general. Ever since, their big, heyday in, the 70s and everything like that, it's been a bit of a rough go. They had Dan Marino, and then they never even got a Super Bowl out of him, so, yeah. Rip Dolphins. Jacoby Brissett's going to take the handoff, or take the snap. I don't know why I said handoff. Going to try to throw to Pharaoh Brown, who drops the pass. Good coverage, but he still dropped the pass. So that was good coverage. And probably would have caught that if he hadn't got hit. But that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. All right, 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 for the Miami Dolphins on defense, trying to stop the Cleveland Browns. Jacoby Brissett is in the empty formation. Definitely not running the ball on this one. All right, takes the snap, rolls back, got pressure, and he throws. And it's almost caught by Donovan Peoples-Jones, but he drops it. There's a flag on the play. I'm not sure what the flag is, but DPJ is pissed at himself because he had that and then he just kind of let it fall. Personal foul. Oh, roughing the passer. All right, well, the Browns are going to get away with one anyway. I don't agree with that. Okay, I think they're saying because he drove him to the ground. I that's kind of a soft call, but I get what they're they're going to call that every time. Yeah, Brissett's looked a lot better than I expected out of him this year. Like overall this year, there've been he's also been really inconsistent and kind of screwing it up. Like on like some big turnover plays and stuff like that. But I mean, he's definitely he's definitely got talent. That's the thing. He's super inconsistent and doesn't always make the best decisions, but he's got talent. Once again, the Dolphins get great pressure on Jacoby Brissett, but he gets the ball away to Nick Chubb this time, and he picks up about 7 yards. Stupid Seal said, kind of sort of wasted his career. I don't. Yeah, I'll get into that in a second. Like when we get to a commercial break or something, I'll give my opinion on Dan Marino. But I don't like. I'm in the minority. I don't think Dan Marino was as great as everybody says he was. And I grew up with him. I grew up with Dan Marino. Like he was big when I was a kid. As Dolphins once again get great pressure on Jacoby Brissett and don't manage to sack him, but manage to make him just throw the ball away. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. See if they can come away with a stop here. See if they can come away with a stop. So if they come away with a stop, then it's pretty much like it might be about close to lights out for the Browns. It's pretty much a must-win, or not a must-win, a must-score. It's kind of a must-win game, really. Nick Chubb evades a bunch of tacklers, and he gets first down. So Nick Chubb showing up again. Dolphins defense unable to stop him from picking up the first down there. So if the Browns can get a touchdown on this drive, then there's a sliver of hope left. It's like they got time. And if they can get to the lead, if they can get the score back to a 10-point ball game, then, maybe they can turn it on. But we'll see. Nick Chubb's going to take the handoff. He doesn't get too much out of that. Maybe a yard and a half. Phillip Rivers, such a good QB with a ton of talent, just never got a ring. Yeah. Like I said, I've got opinions on Dan Marino. We'll get into them in a minute, but I think it's a little bit different. Like Phillip Rivers, I think was more so the Chargers kind of screwing him over, whereas like the Dolphins, I don't know. I'll get into that in a minute, like at the next commercial break probably. Jacoby Brissett, shotgun formation, takes a snap. He just decides to bail out of the pocket, and he's got all the room to run. Nobody expected Jacoby Brissett to run that ball. Which is fair. It's totally fair. Totally fair. I wouldn't expect Jacoby Brissett to do a lot of running either. Kind of a statuesque type of player. But when you got like that much room in front of you, you just got to take it and go. Like, Peyton Manning would have run that ball. Like that's how wide open that field was for him. All right, Brissett hands the ball off to Kareem Hunt, who gets tackled in the backfield. Nothing there for the Browns. Christian Wilkins got him. Got him in the backfield, and there's nothing there. Boom. Blew him up. There was nothing. It's like, I got you, bro. I got you. You're in my line of sight. You ain't going nowhere. 2nd and 11 for the Browns. 2nd and 11. Jacoby Brissett's in the shotgun formation. He's got Kareem Hunt to his left. Takes the snap. Throws. He's got a man. Donovan Peoples-Jones for about a 7-yard pickup. About a 7-yard pickup there for Donovan Peoples-Jones. Good quick pass there by Jacoby Brissett. Didn't give the Dolphins defense time to put pressure on him. Just he figured out who he was throwing to, got it to him. That's pretty much it, right? Nice and concise and getting it done. All right. It's 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4. Jacoby Brissett in the shotgun formation. He motions a man to his left. Stomps his foot, takes a snap. Got pressure on him. Throws all the way out. Nothing. It's going to be 4th down. Overthrows Donovan Peoples-Jones in the end zone. No way he was coming down with that one. So Browns are going to, I imagine they're going to go for the field goal here. It's not really quite down to like we have to go for it time. I don't know. I think I would go for it here if I'm the Browns, right? But they're bringing Cade York out. they're bringing Cade York out, which is fair. I mean, you get the field goal, and you at least cut it to a 14-point ball game. Only down by 2 touchdowns if you hit the field goal. So Cade York's got the kick up. It's right through, right down Broadway. It's good. Browns are back on the board. It's 24-10. We're going to update that scoreline. All right, so we're on a commercial now. I will give my opinions about Dan Marino now that we're on commercial. Quite frankly, I thought that the Dolphins, well, maybe not the most talented team of all time. I thought they had a great head coach, and they had I thought they had a great head coach. I thought they had a good overall system. And I thought Dan Marino was just an atrocious leader, right? He was just he's like Aaron Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers is basically what would have happened if Dan Marino had actually won that Super Bowl he made it to early in his career. But outside of that, Dan Marino was a horrible leader. Dan Marino just quite frankly, he was really talented, but I never really thought that he was as great as everybody says he was. Great talent-wise, one of the greatest of all, maybe the most talented quarterback of all time. Maybe, at least for his era, one of the most quarterback talented of his era, without question. But I just don't, I don't know. I feel like mentality is part of being a great quarterback, and Dan Marino did not have a winner's mentality. He had a competitive mentality, he had a feisty mentality, but he didn't have that focus and will to win the way that the way that you really need to be a great NFL quarterback. So it's I always laugh when Dolphins fans tried to say, back in the day before Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls, Dolphins fans used to try to argue no, Dan Marino is the greatest of all time. And I'm like, really? Dan Marino, the greatest what? The greatest, again, the most talented quarterback of all time, but to be great, you have to be overall great. And Dan Marino just did not have the right mindset to be to be a super highly successful person, in the NFL. Obviously he, turned the NFL into a decent broadcasting career. And I mean, he set a lot of records. He was really, really good in certain aspects, but as far as winning, which is what greatness is all about, I just, I know a lot of people the Dolphins didn't have a ton of talent. It's but they kind of did have plenty of talent. They had a great head coach. I just think that, Dan Marino kind of had Aaron Rodgers syndrome, he got a big head, and he couldn't get out of his own way. I really think that was Dan Marino's biggest problem. He's way too big of a head. I'll tell you what, man, that Dolphins stadium is cool as hell looking. All right. Brown's going to kick the ball back off to the Dolphins. And it's going to be returned from just the bare point of the end zone. And turns out not to be the best decision because he gets tackled around the 23-yard line. Probably should have just let it go back for a touchback. The stupid seal says Dan Marino was the best ... Dolphins quarterback to be in a movie with Jim Carrey. Yeah. I mean, Dan Marino was great. I'm not trying to say Dan Marino wasn't great. I'm just saying, Dan Marino wasn't, Dan Marino was, an all-time, clearly Hall of Fame quarterback and everything like that. He just, to be the GOAT, he didn't have the right mentality, in my opinion. All right, Tua fakes the handoff to Jeff Wilson Jr., tries to throw deep, and a little too far for Tyreek Hill, who gets his hands on it, but it's just way too far in front of him. He isn't able to bring it down. All right, well, that's just what it is. Gets his hands on it, but it's just way up in the air. And great play by Denzel Ward to kind of break up Tyreek Hill's concentration too. Actually, I think Denzel Ward managed to get his hands on the ball too. So that's part of it. Tyreek Hill could have made a play on that, but it was a great defensive play there by Denzel Ward. All right, Tua fakes the handoff. Dude, his accuracy the last couple of plays has been trash. Tries to throw to Jeff Wilson Jr. like 5 yards away, and it's just way off target and can't catch it. Stupid Seal says going to go out onto Twitter for an hour because if I do, I'm just going to see a bunch of comments. I'm not going to go on Twitter. Okay. Just going to see about a bunch of comments about Tua and that throw. Yeah, it was a terrible throw. And the throw after that was terrible. Greetings from Nuremberg. Where's Nuremberg? Is that in Germany? Yeah, it's a city in Germany. That's awesome. Awesome. Just like that was a much better pass by Tua, by the way, there to Jalen Waddle for a first down. First down, Dolphins. But anyway, Christian, thanks for showing up from Germany, buddy. I think you're the second person I've had come on my, at least on my chat, who's international. The other person I think was from Australia. But welcome. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, feel free to subscribe. And if you are, welcome back. Because honestly, at one point we just because of the Tom Grossi raid, we blew up. We like the subscriptions started going so fast I couldn't keep up with everybody. So I don't remember most of the people who subscribed. But I will if you become a regular of the channel though. The Stupid says when in doubt, throw it to the penguin. Gotta throw it to somebody, man. Gotta throw it to somebody, but you gotta be accurate too. Gotta it wasn't looking so good there for Tua for a couple of plays, but I think it was just he's looking better now. I think he just I don't know what that was. All right, Tua's gonna fake the handoff. That was a clear fake. I don't even know what the point of the fake was because he didn't even do it well. Throws it to Tyreek Hill, who evades a couple tacklers, gets himself out to the left and to the sideline and picks up about, an extra 10 yards out of what was really more of just like a 7-yard pickup. Nice play there by Tyreek Hill. Man, that was damn good. That was damn good. That was a damn good run there by Tyreek Hill. Going to be unfortunate if we have to play them in the playoffs, right? Although then again, Eli Apple is Tyreek Hill's daddy. So, just saying. Too bad the Browns don't have Eli Apple on their team, huh? All right, Tua going to fake the handoff. That was a much better fake that time. And he throws it to, is that Jeff Wilson Jr.? Who's 23 then? Because it was Jeff Wilson Jr. who caught it. No, Cedric Wilson. So there's two Wilson Juniors on the Browns. So that was Cedric Wilson Jr. who caught the ball, and Jeff Wilson Jr. is an entirely different human being. And they're both on the Dolphins at the same time, and on the field at the same time. Actually, that's weird. That's weird. That's got to be really confusing for announcers. You see the guy's name, and you're like, "Wait a minute, I thought he was number 23." I don't know. Tyreek Hill motions out to the left. Tua hands the ball off to Raheem Mostert. Dives forward. I'm sorry, that's Jeff Wilson Jr. I'm paranoid about saying his name now, but he dives forward for the first down. Picks up about 5 when he only needed 3. Dolphins are moving. Might get that 35-point scoreline I predicted. I don't know if the Browns are going to get to 21, but Dolphins very well might get to 35. We'll see. We're definitely running that clock, but Dolphins only really need 10 more points. 11 points, sorry. So they probably won't get 35. Tua's going to hand the ball off. This time it is to Raheem Mostert, who picks up about 7. That Browns run defense, man. I don't know why that Browns run defense is so bad, but it is. It's awful. It's horrible. And that's the reason why the Dolphins are really dominating this game, is because the Browns defense just can't stop the run at all. And the thing is, if you can't stop the run, how are you going to expect to have any sort of comeback? Myles Garrett's not on the field. That's weird. Why is Myles Garrett off the field? Is it just giving him a rest? He was way in the back too. It's not like he was waiting to go back on the field. All right, high snap. Tua throws. So it was a high snap and a low throw. And I thought he got the first down. Tyreek Hill, I thought he got it with forward progress. And then he reset himself and he kind of lost the forward progress. They are giving him a first down, though. They are giving him a first down. All right. Tyreek Hill does do enough to get the first down, so that works out for him. I thought because he reset and then jumped backward and then jumped forward, and they were not going to give him the forward progress. Maybe he still did enough to get the first down. It didn't look like it on the broadcast, but maybe that's just a problem with the line not always being accurate. Tua is going to hand the ball off to Raheem Mostert, who got wide open lane, picks up about 10 yards on the play, first down. And that's going to be first and goal now. The broadcast says first and 10, but he got it down to like the 7-yard line. So, I know the 5-yard line. Got it down to the 5-yard line. So, broadcast says first and 10, but there's only 5 yards to go. Now it says first and goal. Okay. All right. All right, let's go. Let's go, Dolphins. Put the Browns back in their place. All right, Tua takes a snap, hands the ball off to Jeff Wilson Jr. He's got a hole up the middle, gets it down to about the 1.5-yard line. Dolphins are about to score. That's, I think, don't think you're going to be able to argue that too much. Dolphins are about to score. Don't think the 35 is going to happen, though, because if they get a touchdown here, then they're going to be at 31 points, and I don't see the Dolphins getting 4 points, right? That would be weird. All right, Tua, shotgun formation. Empty set, throws. Almost caught by Mike Gesicki, but it is broken up by the Browns. Great defensive coverage there. And it's going to be third down. He got his hands on it. That might be pass interference, actually. Well, no. I don't know. Hard to say because, like, can you hit his arm like that? Like, he didn't hit his arm until after he tried to catch the ball. So I guess is that considered knocking the ball out? Because I'm actually kind of confused about where the line is there. Obviously, the refs didn't call it. All right, Tua throws. Touchdown, Tyreek Hill. Browns brought a blitz, and it kind of shook Tua a little bit, but he found Tyreek Hill immediately. And so that's touchdown. Touchdown for the Dolphins. And, yeah. So I imagine they're probably going to bring the extra point unit on, and it's going to get scored at 31 points for the Dolphins. So my 35-point prediction is probably not going to happen unless they get like 2 safeties. Probably not going to happen, right? Or I don't know. Maybe they missed the field goal here or the extra point. If they miss the extra point, then they can get like a field goal and a safety, which is probably more likely than 2 safeties. Oh, they did miss the extra point. Interesting. Maybe the gods have deigned, the football gods, perhaps they have deigned that my scoreline, as unlikely as it would be, is supposed to happen. So, I mean, it would still require a weird series of events. It would require a field goal and a safety. The way the Browns are playing right now, like, I mean, their offense hasn't been moving a lot, but it's been moving some. So I'd be a little shocked if the Dolphins got a safety, but you never know. You never know. Either way, I think, if the Dolphins finish the game with 31 points, I think that's a pretty good prediction on my part. Or 30 points. Or maybe 33 points. That'd be I think about the closest it's likely going to get, because like maybe the Dolphins get down the field one more time and just kind of like run the clock the rest of the game, and then they get a field goal, and then they get to 33, and so it's like 2 points off, whatever. All right. So with if this result holds, the Browns are going to be back below a 10% chance. Like they're going to be back in the single digits as far as chances to make the playoffs. I don't think it affects the Bengals' chances at all because good timing there, Christian. What's my opinion on the Browns still making the playoffs? Well, if they lose to the Dolphins, it ain't happening. If they were to beat the Dolphins, then I think there's a chance if Deshaun Watson comes back and he's like definitely everything that they've been expecting, then the Browns could like kind of like shock the world and make the playoffs. But I don't think that's going to happen anyway because I think Deshaun Watson's going to take a bit of adjustment time. And yeah, and either way, I don't think that the Browns are going to win this game. I think the Browns are, by the time Deshaun Watson comes back, the Browns are basically going to be out of it. So the Bengals currently, according to Upshot, have a 51% chance to make the playoffs. So if we just go ahead and fill in what has happened in the rest of the NFL so far, let's see. The Bills are pretty much going to beat the Vikings at this point. The Bears are pretty much going to beat the Lions. Chiefs are probably going to beat the Jaguars. Dolphins are going to beat the Browns. Let's see. As the Dolphins kick the ball back off to the Browns, and it's just going to be returned from deep in the end zone for some reason. Gets to the outside, has a decent return there, but that was I don't think he even got to the 25 though, so yeah, that was risky. Let's see. Broncos are currently beating the Titans. I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. Saints are tied with the Steelers now, so I think they might pull that one off. Texans are going to lose to the Giants. Colts, Raiders, that's the point where we don't really know what's happening yet. So let's see. Raiders over Colts, let's say that. Cowboys, Packers, probably the Cowboys. Cardinals, Rams. Jacoby Brissett throws to Nick Chubb. And takes them a while to bring him down, but they do eventually bring him down for about a 6-yard pickup. Those teams both suck, man. I'm going to go with the Rams probably. 49ers, Chargers. I'm thinking 49ers going to win that game. Commanders, Eagles. I had my big upset of the week was the Commanders taking down the Eagles. So Nick Chubb, big hole up the middle, down to about the 48-yard line. There's a flag on the play though. I wonder if it's holding. That'd be funny. So this would be so this would have the Bengals 50-50 shot at making the playoffs based off of what I expect finishes happening in the rest of the NFL right now. The Browns, as my wife's calling me, but sorry, babe, I'm in the middle of a game. Browns, if they lose this game, they have a 3% chance to make the playoffs per Upshot. So you want to know my opinion about the Browns' chances of making the playoffs? It's pretty much done now. It's dead. They're not making the playoffs. Especially if they lose this game. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Cleveland Browns. Even if Deshaun Watson comes back and he's like definitely the truth and like, you know, everything that the Browns need him to be, the Browns are going to end up like, they're going to be 3-6 after this game, and then the rest of their schedule. Let's see. Oh God, they play the Bills next week. Rip. So that'll be 3-7. Play the Buccaneers, who are playing better now. 3-8. So they'll be 3-8 by the time Deshaun Watson comes back. So I mean, they basically have to win every single game the rest of the season to even get to 9-8 and have a hope of a sliver of a chance of making the playoffs. So. Christian says he doesn't think the Browns are making the playoffs either. Everyone's waiting for the Eagles to lose. Guess it's going to happen at some point. That's what I'm saying. Like I buy the Eagles. I legitimately do buy the Eagles as a team. I think they're a very good team. I think they're definitely Super Bowl contenders. It's not like the Giants, where I think the Giants are kind of frauds, and they're eventually going to get exposed. But like the Eagles are legitimately really good. But I don't think that they're 17-0 good, right? So I think that they're going to get tripped up by like the Commanders feels like a trap game, right? So that's my. It's not that I don't like the Eagles or that I think they're like frauds or anything like that. I think, you know, I don't think they're going 17-0 is basically my whole thought process on that. You know what I've really been getting into lately, like music-wise? Bluegrass metal. Like there's this band out there called what are they called? They call like the Native Howl, and they do like bluegrass music in like a metal like style, and it's glorious. And I got one of their songs stuck in my head right now, and I can't stop listening to it. It's freaking crazy, man. All right, back to the game. Jacoby Brissett's under shotgun, takes the snap, looking around, got plenty of time, throws to Kareem Hunt, who gets the catch, and that's a good play for him. So maybe they should stop trying to run it with Kareem Hunt. Maybe they should try to just like start passing it to him out of the backfield, because that worked out pretty well. That definitely worked out pretty well. All right. I would really like for the Steelers to lose, please. Can we do that? Handoff to Kareem Hunt, who picks up the first down there. About a 3-yard pickup, but it's enough for a first down, so that's what matters. But yes, can we please, Saints please win that game, please? Like, I really just don't want. Like, the Steelers need to be bad. Like, please, can we have the Steelers be bad, please? Just be bad. All right, Jacoby Brissett. Cocks back, throws. He's got David Bell. First down. First down for David Bell there. Good pass. Not really a whole lot of exciting, not a whole lot exciting happening for the Browns in this game, but it's definitely been methodical, I guess is the best possible word. Like, you know, they haven't been atrocious on offense, but they haven't really been explosive either. Jacoby Brissett throws. Now that's an explosive play. He's got Donovan Peoples-Jones for about a 20-yard passing pickup right there. So the Browns are pretty much, you know, the Browns are about close to being dead in the water at this point, but if they get a touchdown here, you know, they're only down by 17. That's not true. 13. They're only down by 13 if they get a touchdown here. Brissett hands the ball off to Nick Chubb, who's got wide open running lane. Beats like 4 tacklers, man. Touchdown. Touchdown, Browns. What a run by Nick Chubb. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Dolphins, so I'm not, you know, happy about it. But I mean, that's a great run, man. You can't say anything about Nick Chubb, man. Like that was just incredible. He had like 4 Dolphins players like run into him, and he managed to stay on his feet, get to the outside, and maintain his speed. Like that's just that's special right there. That is just special. Man, Nick Chubb is just an alien. Nick Chubb is a freaking alien, man. All right. Kick is up. It's good. So Browns at 17, and they are still alive by a thread, but they're still alive. There's a chance. There's a chance. It's a 13-point ball game right now. So, I mean, it ain't over. It definitely ain't over. That's all you gotta really say about that. It is not over. Oh boy. Steelers got a field goal, so they're back in the lead in their game. That's bad. Although, actually, quite frankly, like I just want to see Andy Dalton win, man. I just want Andy Dalton to beat the Steelers. Like, please, Andy, please beat the Steelers. That would be just nice if he did that. But actually, to be completely honest, the Steelers aren't going anywhere this year anyway. So maybe, maybe if they like win too many games and they don't get a good draft pick out of it, you know, like they go like, you know, 6-11 or something like that, right? Then they'll get like a top like something draft pick, but it won't be like, you know, it'll still be like a bad season for them, but like they won't get like, you know, a top 5 draft pick or anything like that. So maybe that would be fine. Christian Becker says, I like metal, did not hear about bluegrass before. Yeah, look up if you're into metal and you at least don't find bluegrass music offensive, go look up the Native Howl on YouTube. I think Thunderhead is the song that I've been listening to lately. Like, these horsemen ride with a pistol on each side. So, I mean, it's I can't get it out of my head, man. It's so interesting, right? They did a cover of what was it? The Harvester of Sorrow by Metallica, and they mashed it up with "Man of Constant Sorrow" by I mean, they say the Soggy Bottom Boys, but it's actually a traditional Kentucky song that, well, a traditional Southern song that goes back to like I think the first recording of it was in like the 30s or something like that. But they mashed those two songs up and they called it "Harvester of Constant Sorrow," and it's nuts. Like, I'm just like, how is this a real thing? It's just, oh boy, just absolutely insane. Gotta love it though. Got to love it. All right, getting back to the game here in a sec. They're showing pictures of Bradley Chubb playing against the Browns, but I haven't even really seen Bradley Chubb do much in this game. Like, I mean, the Dolphins have been getting good pressure, but it hasn't been, I think, Bradley Chubb that's been doing it mainly. Let's see if I can bring up the box score real quick. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just didn't see it. Let's see. Sacks. Christian Wilkins has a sack. Bradley Chubb has half a sack. So I guess he has been doing okay. He's got 2 quarterback hits. So Bradley Chubb has been making an impact. I guess I'm wrong. Bradley Chubb has been making an impact. So that was a good pickup by them. Shame the Broncos got rid of him because, like, I mean, that was part of the reason why their defense was so good is because they just had all those like defensive weapons, right? So I just wonder, like, are they giving up on the season now by getting rid of him? All right, Tua fakes the handoff. He throws too high. I mean, good coverage there by A.J. Green, but that was just way too high of a throw by Tua. I didn't even see who he tried to throw to. Refs are talking. Are they trying to say that was pass interference? It wasn't even catchable. I mean, they haven't thrown a flag yet, but yeah, that's. Oh, they are saying there's a flag. Personal foul on the defense. Unnecessary roughness on the Browns. Wow. Okay, I guess I didn't see that. I think they're saying roughing the passer. So I guess Taven Bryan was roughing the passer on that play. I didn't see it, but I also wasn't really paying attention to the backfield. So that's a big mistake by the Browns. Dolphins might end up putting up 40 if the Browns aren't careful. Because these horsemen ride with a pistol on each side. We laugh like thunder. That's such a good song, man. All right, Tua is going to hand the ball off to Jeff Wilson Jr. He's only able to pick up about 3 yards there. And my Skype is going crazy right now. That's what I use for communication with PFF. But why are they? Nothing involving me, I don't think. Yeah. Still waiting on input for one of my assignments because right now I'm just kind of waiting to be able to like do my assignment at all. But there's nothing in the system yet. So I don't know what y'all want me to do. All right. Tua, under center. Trying to go get some more points. There's a flag on the play. He's going to throw to Jeff Wilson Jr., but Tua's been throwing sky balls like the last couple of drives. I don't know what's up with him. But there's a flag on the play. They're pointing towards the Browns, though. So offsides on the Browns. So had a free play anyway. Browns just been giving the Dolphins free yards. What's that? That's like 20 penalty yards on the last few plays. On the last 2 plays, 20 penalty yards. Crazy, man. That's another first down, right? It's another first down, another unearned first down by the Dolphins. But if Thomas was here, he'd be talking all about like, oh, the refs hate the Browns. Like, bro. Oh, nice. Oh, Tua throws the ball to number 14 there. He breaks out of a tackle, gets like, basically smacked and then bounces out of it, picks up an extra 10 yards out of that. And that was Cedric Wilson Jr. on the catch and run. Yeah, he catches it, gets bumped, and then just like basically pulls a spin move and picks up an extra 10 yards. What a play. There's another flag on the play. Are they gonna be calling like helmet to helmet on the Browns? Because that's the only thing I can think of. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Dolphins. Okay. Not sure what that was. Maybe it was like taunting because they calling like taunting for. Oh God! It was taunting. That's all it was. Like he got in the guy's face, was like, "Yeah, I just did a good thing," and then the refs are like, "No, you can't taunt." God, I hate the taunting rule so much. I hate the taunting rule. Period. Even when it's like even in a Bengals game when like the opposing team is taunting them and we get like a free 15 yards. That's bull. I hate it. Tua's gonna throw to Ingold, and he picks up about 6 yards on the play. God, I hate taunting, man. Taunting has got to be the stupidest rule. Like I hope the Giants lose every game for the rest of eternity going forward, just because John Mara was like, the head of the like anti-taunting crusade for the NFL owners. That was the biggest load of crap, man. Like I mean, they took half the personality out of football by being like, oh, you can't taunt people; it might hurt their feelings. Like fuck you, for real. But football's an emotional game. God. All right, so I think there's a timeout here for the Dolphins. They were lining up for 2nd and 4, and then just kind of started walking to the sideline, so I'm guessing it's a timeout. Don't know what that's about, but whatever. All right. Well, we're really just kind of winding down in this game at this point. The Dolphins are once again knocking on the door. I wouldn't say knocking on the door, but they're knocking on the door at field goal range right now. So, I mean, they're real close to putting more points up on the board, and we're already in the 4th quarter. So, I mean, if the Dolphins even get a field goal here, it's a 17-point ball game. So, I mean, honestly, we're really just watching this because this is the one that I decided that I'm going to be streaming, but it's definitely not the most competitive game of the week. Right now, probably the most compelling one is either Bears-Lions, which has had just a ton of lead changes, or maybe Steelers-Saints. Problem is, both of those games are so inconsequential because, like, who cares? Maybe Titans-Broncos is an interesting game. I don't know. But Titans-Broncos will be over by the time we're done with this game. No. Actually, this one's going faster. So actually, the Browns-Dolphins game is going faster than all the other ones. So I'm actually wrong about that. So let's see. After this game, once we're done with this game, we'll probably hop over to. Yeah. Okay. So after this game, we'll probably hop over to. Oh, I'm wrong, actually. The Bears and Lions game is actually going faster than this one. So that game will probably be over by the time this game's over. So probably. I don't know. Saints Titans is that. Saints Steelers is going faster than this one too. So, I probably hop over maybe to the. I don't know. I kind of don't want to hop over to the Bills-Vikings game unless the Vikings come back, because it's a 10-point ball game right now. So they could score a touchdown and make it interesting. But I think probably I'll hop over to the Titans-Broncos game, just because that one's close and there's some substance to it. Like it actually matters what happens in that game. Whereas, like, who cares about the Lions and Bears? Who cares about the Steelers and the Saints? Who cares about any of these other games? Like, I mean, maybe Vikings, Bills. Although I have a hard time getting interested in the Vikings, even though they are, like, I got a bunch of wins, but I'm not impressed by them at all. All right, Tua is going to hand the ball off to Jeff Wilson Jr. I think he may have got a first down, bouncing around, and he definitely could have had it. Looks like he didn't get it, but he definitely could have had it. He just, like, at the very last second took a bad angle. So it'll be 3rd and 1. I imagine they'll probably pick this up, though. Christian says, taunting is a stupid rule. I don't like the Browns either because I don't like Deshaun Watson. If they were losing with Baker, I would kind of like them as a team and a bit rooting for them. I kind of feel the same way. Like, I mean, me and Thomas have talked about it on the podcast, right? Like, I'll talk about that in a second because the Dolphins are lining up. So Tua rolls back, he throws, it's caught, first down. Jalen Waddle. It's about 15 yards on the play. All right. But anyway, my whole thing with the Deshaun Watson thing is like, I'm not on the jury. I haven't actually seen the evidence myself. I know there's a lot of people accusing him, and it's kind of hard to say like he didn't do anything because there's so many people accusing him of the same thing, and more people keep coming out. But at the same time, he keeps getting acquitted in a court of law. So, I mean, like it's really kind of hard to. I don't know. I don't want to weigh in too much on the Deshaun Watson thing. Is wow, bad snap by Tua, who actually has to just go up in the air and catch it back down to earth. So that's a wasted down. But I don't want to dive too much into the Deshaun Watson thing because I don't know what's going on. It seemed like all the evidence was against him, and then multiple juries said he didn't there wasn't enough evidence to convict him of anything. So I mean, it's hard to say. This all came out of nowhere, right? Like Deshaun Watson was one of the most likable quarterbacks in the NFL until all this came out. So it's just I don't even know what to say about it. All I know is I don't like the Browns because they're a rival football team, right? But I was kind of rooting for him a little bit with Baker too. I like Baker. Tua throws to the turf, tries to find Sheffield and can't get anything there, so it's going to be 3rd and 16. Don't know what's going on now. The offense is suddenly sputtering. So, hey, maybe we're going to get that 33-point score line. Never know. But yeah, I mean, I understand if you don't like the Browns because of Deshaun Watson. You got to make your decision with the evidence that you have in front of you. All I'm saying is I don't know what happened, so I don't want to tear a man down. It seems like something probably happened, but he does keep getting acquitted in a court of law. So I don't want to tear a man down for, on the chance that he didn't do anything, All right. So Jeff Wilson Jr. is going to take the handoff and he's just going to pick up about 6 yards there. I think the Dolphins basically punting on the idea of a touchdown on that drive. They're going to bring the field goal unit out, I imagine, and they'll get themselves up to that 33-point mark. So probably not going to get my score prediction. Oh, it's still possible. They could still get a safety. But the Browns probably aren't going to get to 21 either because they're 4. They need 4 to get to 21. So my score prediction is bust. But hey, maybe I'm right about the spread, right? So I said it was like a 14-point spread. So kick is up. It's good. So it's going to be a 33-17 ball game. So I set the spread essentially at 14 points, right? And right now it's a 19-point ball game. So probably not going to get to exactly to my spread either. But we could get close. We're already pretty close, I'd say if the score ended exactly like this, I'd still be pretty I was pretty close about that score, man. I mean, 33-17, it's not exactly 35-21, but it's basically the same thing, right? It's a multiple point a multi-point victory or a multi-touchdown victory for the Dolphins, although not a complete and utter blowout, right? But basically that's what I was predicting with a 35-21 scoreline. It's decisive victory for the Dolphins, but I think the Browns don't let it get completely out of control, which they haven't so far. I mean, it's hard to imagine them winning, but the possibility is still there, albeit with as little time as left at this point. It's it's kind of hard to see, but it's possible. It is possible. Christian Becker, your score prediction is definitely in the ballpark. Yep. It's close. It's not exactly. Obviously, the spread. I'm about 4 points off the spread, 5 points off the spread actually. But I was correct about the type of game it would be, right? Dolphins, really have a good offensive performance overall throughout the day. Browns, have some offense going throughout the day, but overall just can't really get enough going. And that was the whole idea. So I'd say I did pretty good. Chiefs beating the Jaguars 27-10. Bills beating the Vikings 27-17. So Vikings sort of making it a little closer, but still can't stop the Bills from scoring. Bears scored, but the Lions have the ball with only down 6 points. So that might be interesting. That might end up being pretty interesting. And the Steelers with the 10-point margin over the Saints, and that might be insurmountable for the Saints, who are absolute garbage right now. Like I thought the Saints were gonna be okay, somewhat competitive, but they're awful right now. The Saints are just like a train wreck, honestly. Like sorry, Christine, who's a regular for my show. I don't think she's watching right now, but I know you're a Saints fan, but sorry, your team kind of sucks right now. Frankly, Saints are terrible right now. I don't know what I'm going to do with them in my power rankings, but it's probably not going to be good. I had them on the verge of being in the playoffs in my power rankings at one point, but now it's no. Those Saints are on the verge of being a bad football team at this point. They might. I might put them in the bad category. I don't know. They're looking pretty rough lately. I know the Ravens are a decent football team, so it's not crazy that they couldn't really be competitive with them. But losing to the Steelers by 10, that's not. The Steelers are bad, man. All right, Brissett, shotgun formation, takes the snap, has a man trip him up a little bit, tries to throw to Nick Chubb, and it's in tight coverage. And, nobody's able to get a hand on it, so that's probably better than interception, right? Probably better than an interception. Oh, you know what? I think that might have been, I don't know. That was either intended for Chubb or Cooper. They were both right in the same spot. I'm not sure who that was intended for. Don't know who that was intended for, but I guess, guess it doesn't really matter because it was incomplete. All right. Jacoby Brissett's in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap, rolls back. He's going to throw, and he's got Donovan Peoples-Jones, but he can't come down with it. Drops it. All right, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 for the Browns. See if they can extend their drive at all here. Dolphins fans going crazy wanting to get this 3rd and 10 here. All right. Jacoby Brissett, shotgun formation. Going to take the snap, rolls back, fires. It's caught by Donovan Peoples-Jones, but only for about a 3-yard pickup, so that's going to be 4th down. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Anthony Schwartz, not Donovan Peoples-Jones. My bad. All right, so it's going to be 4th down for the Browns, 4th and 7. I imagine they're going to go for it here because they're down pretty bad and they're in the middle of the 4th quarter, so kind of have to go for it. I think my dog needs to go outside. Oh, he's probably hungry too. I think the next commercial break, I'll go take care of the dog. You hungry, buddy? Take care of you here in a second. All right, Jacoby Brissett, sacked. 4th and 7. Turnover on downs for the Dolphins. Jalen Phillips is all over him. Great play there. Great play by Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips, who I knew he was going to be a force in the NFL if he can stay healthy, basically. All right, I think my wife's home too. All right. Yep. Dolphins are going to come onto the field now. Be 1st and 10 for the Dolphins. What do I think of Josh Allen? Can look unstoppable, but he also easily have a bad game. Trust Mahomes more. Take care of your dog. What's his name? His name's Bork. I think my wife's got him, but I'll go check on him in a second. All right. Handoff to Jeff Wilson Jr. Touchdown. Touchdown, Dolphins. That's definitely. All right, I'm going to go take care of the dog. Bork. Bork. Yeah, but I think he's hungry, babe. He was growing outside my door. I'm in the middle of the street. No, I know. I was coming out here to try to feed him. You just happened to come out.
Been sleeping from last night.
Where's the blue ball?
Come on here. Give him joy.
I will go back.
I have a favor to ask. And I don't like asking, but would you be able to Connor and Murphy's time?
Yeah, I wasn't going to do the thing anyway, but I'm pretty much not going to be available the rest of the night if that's the case. Because I got to finish up the thing. All right. Dog is fed. Dog is taken care of. Who's already dead? You mean the Browns? Yeah, they're pretty much dead. They're pretty much dead. The Browns are. I say this. If we're not like if we're not what do they do on around the NFL, the podcast? Where they fork people? If they ain't forked at this point, I think they're pretty much. They aren't already forked. They're forked now. This is pretty much it. Stick a fork in them. They're done. Browns are done. Season's over. Go home. Jacoby Brissett's going to throw the ball to David Bell. About a 5-yard pickup. It is 39. You're right. It is 39-17. That they just got that touchdown, and my wife came home, and my dog needed to be fed. So I went ahead and took care of that pretty much the second they got in the end zone. So you're right, though. It's 39-17. All right. I don't even know what just happened on the last play. It looked like it was bad for the Browns, but we're pretty much at the point where it's just like it's over. 39-17 with 6:28 left in the game. I don't think there's any coming back from this. Man, I underestimated how big of a game this would be for the Dolphins. Like I thought the Browns were going to be more competitive than they are, honestly. All right, Jacoby Brissett, shotgun formation, takes the snap, looks around, throws deep, and tries to get Donovan Peoples-Jones, and there's just too much coverage in the area for it. Can't come down with it. It's 4th down and 6. And they're going to be going for it, I imagine. Pretty much have to at this point. What you got it's a 21-point ball game right now. You kind of have to go for it. Kind of have to. All right. Jacoby Brissett, shotgun formation. As the play clock ticks down, takes the snap, rolls back, bad, terrible protection, decides to bail out of it, does pick up the first down with his legs. So the Browns' very ultra slim hopes remain barely alive. Barely alive, but alive nonetheless. Oh, boy. Jacoby Brissett's under shotgun formation. He's got, I think, Dearness Johnson to his right. Bails out of the pocket once again because of lack of protection. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards on the play. Chiefs up 27-17 over the Jaguars. That game's pretty much over. I mean, just with the pace that the Jaguars have been at this week. Bills are up to 27-17 over the Vikings. That one's probably close to over. Lions have the ball and they're driving with a 6-point deficit to the Bears. So that one's still potentially interesting. Jacoby Brissett rolls back, throws. He's got Donovan Peoples-Jones for a first down. I think the Dolphins are just trying to run the clock at this point, honestly. But yeah, 3:59 left in that game. Lions probably on their last shot to try to come away with the win over the Bears. It's 24-30 there. Titans and Broncos is still close. It's 14-10 in that game. So we'll probably be switching over to that game once this one's over. Giants over 21-10 over the Texans because, of course. Steelers over the Saints 20-10 because, of course, terrible. I did call that one, though. Looks like there's a Dolphins player who's hurt. Number 20. Who's that? Justin Bethel, cornerback. Hopefully he was okay, but he's definitely on the turf, and the whole team's looking at him right now. So he gets up, though. Like, he's not severely, like, disastrously hurt, and he walks off the field under his own power. That's good to see. All right. Browns coming back out onto the field now. Or, well, they're lining up on that. I don't think they've left the field necessarily, but Jacoby Brissett's under center. He's got Dearness Johnson to his left. Brissett takes the snap. Rolls back. Throws. Caught. Amari Cooper. First down. Hey. Sometimes I feel like I get in my own way with this rule that, like, I'm never going to switch over to another game. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not changing. Like, I'm not going to just start doing that now. But, you know, I've got to power through the rest of this one because this one's basically over. This one's basically over. But we're going to power through it because that's what we do here. Jacoby Brissett takes a shotgun snap. There's a flag. I think it might be holding on the Browns. He manages to get out of the pocket, runs, picks up a first down, but I do think it's going to come back for holding. By the way, I lied. It's a 22-point margin of victory or margin of points here for the Dolphins. It is holding on the Browns. Yep. So that's going to back them up. That's going to back them up, and it's going to be a replay of the down. Dolphins fans are getting excited. I mean, as you should. This is definitely a good game for your team. It's going to be 1st and 20. 1st and 20 for the Browns after the holding penalty. All right, Brissett in the empty formation. Going to roll back. Look around. He throws. He had Donovan Peoples-Jones, but it was great coverage by the Dolphins, and it's going to be 2nd and 20. Knocked away. Bad. Oh, I'm sorry. That was David Bell, not Donovan Peoples-Jones. I feel like I've called every receiver except for Amari Cooper Donovan Peoples-Jones at this point. Like, they're all like number 10 something, like, you know, like in the teens or whatever, and then he's number 11, so I see the first one, and I just assume it's him. Jacoby Brissett takes the shotgun snap. He throws. Intended for Pharaoh Cooper, but once again broken up by, I think, Paris Campbell. Am I thinking, is that the right? No, it's Elijah Campbell. Who's Paris Campbell? I know that's an NFL player. He's a wide receiver for the Colts, apparently. So there you go. Paris Campbell, Not the man who broke up that pass. That was Elijah Campbell. All right, 3rd and 20 for the Browns. Is there any potential hope for any sort of maybe something happening? We'll find out. Jacoby Brissett throws. I don't know what happened there. Did the ball get tipped or something? Because it went completely out of frame. Nobody was around, so it's going to be 4th and 20. And if there is in any way, shape, or form a sliver of a hope for the Browns in this football game, they pretty much have to score here. If they don't at least convert this 4th and 20, then it's completely over. I mean, it's pretty much over. It's 22-point. It's a 22-point ball game right now. But I mean, if they can't score here, then they can't even cut into the deficit. Jacoby Brissett rolls back. He throws. It's broken up once again. So going to be a turnover on downs. There is a flag on the play, though. I'm wondering if that's going to be pass interference. Wonder if that's going to be pass interference on the Dolphins, which will give the Browns a new set of downs. Oh, boy. Let's see. There's no foul on the play? Okay, so they're saying there's no foul on the play, so it is going to be a turnover on downs for the Dolphins. And that's pretty much it, folks. That's pretty much it. I mean, like, the Browns can stop the clock 3 more times, but they can't stop the running game. So I imagine the Dolphins are just going to like run the ball a bunch on this next drive and try to run the clock out. I mean, there's 4 minutes left, so you know they have to put together a good drive to do that. But it's basically over, y'all. Like, this is pretty much it. Browns fans out there looking dejected. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Skylar Thompson comes in the football game. Tua Tagovailoa going off because they're like, you've done enough. You're good. Take a rest. All right, Skylar Thompson hands the ball off to Ahmed, number 26. He picks up about 6 yards. Salvin Ahmed. Good rush there for him, too. It doesn't matter if the Browns are playing like a starting running back or a backup. They can't stop the run. That's rough. Tua Tagovailoa's day is done. Just because, you know, what else do you need to do at this point? All right, Skylar Thompson's going to hand the ball off, and Ahmed takes it again, and I think he picks up the first down there. There you go. There you go, Dolphins. Just keep running that clock. That's what they're doing at this point. Browns can stop the clock 3 times, but I imagine they're not going to stop the clock right now because, like, why would you? I don't know. You might as well go ahead and take your timeouts, you know? You might as well go ahead and take them now if you're going to take them, which I don't even know if they're going to take them. It might be so late in the game at this point, they might just be like, all right, well, we lost this one. It's over. I don't know. All right. Probably going to have 2 more plays before the 2-minute warning. Skylar Thompson's going to hand the ball off. First down. First down for Salvin Ahmed. Ahmed. That's not what I meant. I meant to say Ahmed. I said Ahmed. 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 Ooh. Kick your feet back up and finish the rest of this one, huh? Ain't much left to see. Ain't much left to see in this one. This game's pretty much over. They're going to let this one run down to about 2 seconds left before the all they got to do is just run one play, and then they'll go straight to the 2-minute warning. All right, Skylar Thompson fakes the handoff. He throws. It's caught by Ingold. I believe he's got the first down on that, too. He had the first down and might have had an extra one beyond that. Are the Browns even trying anymore? Tua's happy. Tua's pointing at the fans like, oh, you guys, yeah. Well, yeah, of course. So, yeah, that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Got 2 minutes left in this football game. And outside of that, what else is going on? We got Jags down 27-17. Vikings making a comeback. That might be interesting. Bills up 27-23 over the Vikings. So, I mean, there's still a chance. Still a chance. Lions got the lead over the Bears, so they might pull that game away. Lions might end up with a 3-6 record. Wouldn't it be crazy if the Lions came back and made the playoffs? Wouldn't that be nuts? Titans and Broncos still super close, 14-10. Giants 21-10 over the Texans. Steelers 28-10 over the Saints because the Saints are trash. And that game's got 21 seconds left, so the Steelers pretty much won that game. That sucks. But I do believe I picked the Steelers to win that game on the podcast. Yep, that game's over. Steelers win. Sad face. Okay. All right, so what games do we still care about? Obviously, Vikings Bills is still somewhat interesting. Lions, Bears might have some level of intrigue in it. Broncos, Titans. I mean, if the Broncos want to have any hope of potentially making the playoffs, maybe they can win that game over the Titans. I don't know. Looks like the Dolphins or the Broncos had a good second quarter, and outside of that, they haven't done anything. Yeah. So, only game I'm really all that interested in what the outcome is right now is Vikings Bills. Honestly, outside of that, I mean, maybe Bears Lions just for the morbid curiosity. Because I mean, you never know, man. The Lions could always go on a run, and Dan Campbell, I really like him as a head coach. You never know. That's all I'm saying. You never know. Never know. As far as this game goes, we pretty much know what's happening here. 2-minute warning. Browns down 39-17. It's pretty much over. Jacoby Brissett looking dejected on the sideline. Yeah, you suck, bro. All right, Skylar Thompson is going to take a knee. So I think they're just they maybe they came to a gentleman's agreement with the Browns to end this football game. Did Mike McDaniel go over to Kevin Stefanski and ask, "Hey, I'm just gonna kneel on it. You want to go home? I want to go home." Browns aren't even taking their timeouts now. Crazy, man. Crazy, man. I did not. Margin of victory actually ended up being a lot higher than I thought it would be. Not a lot higher, but like 8 points higher. I underestimated the Browns by 4, and I underestimated the Dolphins by 4, and I overestimated the Browns by 4. So, yep, that's pretty much going to do it for the Browns season, I think. I mean, it's not completely over. You can come back from 3-6. I was just talking about how the Lions, theoretically could, maybe make the playoffs if they do something crazy. But I think that's pretty much it for the Browns, y'all. So that's going to be the last kneel down for the Miami Dolphins, and the Browns are just going to choose not to take their timeouts. You can tell because Kevin Stefanski is running out onto the field to go shake Mike McDaniel's hand. It's pretty much over. So let's see. What should we switch over to? We got, let's see. Only interesting games right now. Well, there's a couple interesting games left. So we got Chiefs, Jaguars. I don't really care. Vikings, Bills. Lions, Bears, Broncos, Titans. I'm going to switch over to Vikings, Bills. Although, actually, you know what? No, there's 59 seconds left in the Lions-Bears game. So we're going to switch over to that very briefly just to see what happens. Lions currently nursing a 31-30 lead. And basically just trying to run the clock out. So, I mean, this will be real quick. If the Lions get a first down, game's over. So let's just see if they can get a first down. How about that? Christian Baker says, I love Dan Campbell as a human being. At this point, I don't believe in him as a head coach. Why though? He's taken the Lions, which are a train wreck, and turned them into a team that like is sometimes competitive. Like I think the Lions were such a mess when Dan Campbell got here, and the fact that he's gotten this much out of them, I think that's a testament to Dan Campbell as a head coach. I think he's a good coach. Like quite frankly, I could see the Lions turning things around under him. I mean, maybe not. Maybe it's, unfixable, but we'll see. All right, 2nd and 5. Jared Goff's going to line up under center. He's going to hand the ball off. Bears are all over that in the backfield, so they're going to take their final timeout and 3rd down. So the Lions actually have the ball in field goal range here, which is odd. But so basically what's going to happen, I imagine, is the Lions are going to try one more running play, and they're going to wind down 40 of the final 56 seconds. And so they're going to probably take a field goal with 16 seconds left, and then the Bears will probably get the ball back with like 13 to 10 seconds left. And unless they get a first down, which could happen. But Bears would have to get a touchdown. So Lions pretty much got this one in the bag, but let's see what happens. All right. Jared Goff under center. He's going to hand the ball off once again. Gets to the outside, finds a lane, and he's got the first down. That's pretty much going to be it then. Lions going to win this football game, y'all. 31-30. All right, and all they have to do now is kneel on it. I don't even really feel like watching the kneel down because I'm just watching for intrigue at this point, right? All right, so let's watch Vikings-Bills. Vikings have the ball with a 4-point deficit right now, and looks like the last 20 minutes has been all Vikings. So let's see if the Vikings can pull off the victory over the Bills. Wouldn't that be crazy, man? Wouldn't that be crazy? All right. So if you're just now joining us, the Browns-Dolphins game is over, finished with a scoreline of 39-17. Right now, we're just catching up with the rest of the games and just kind of seeing what's going on. So you got right now, Jaguars-Chiefs is 27-17. The Lions just beat the Bears 31-30. You got the Giants over the Texans 21-13. Texans actually making a little bit of a comeback there, interestingly enough. But we're at the 2 right now. We're catching them with the Bills and Vikings, which is currently a 4-point difference, and the Vikings have the ball. And it's a 2-minute warning, so we're just going to see if the Vikings can maybe pull off the incredible upset. Now, Vikings do have the ball at the 27-yard line. So they got to go all the way down the field, and they got to get a touchdown, right? If they don't get a touchdown, then the game's probably over. But we're just checking in with all the other games to see what happens. Lions can be competitive at times. Maybe he can turn the franchise around a bit. I don't think he's good enough coach for 2 playoff wins. I don't think that the roster's good enough for 2 playoff wins, honestly. Kirk Cousins is going to take the snap. He's going to throw deep. And it's it's caught. I thought it was intercepted, but I think it got taken away by Justin Jefferson, and he caught it on the bomb. Almost intercepted, and Justin Jefferson just rips the ball out of his hands. And just barely manages to keep that from going to the ground. Wow. Yeah, they both get their hands on it, so it's not clearly possessed by either person. So that's definitely a catch by Justin Jefferson. Wow, man. Kirk Cousins winds up and throws, and it's caught on the sideline. Vikings are moving. There's a flag. I think it might be a late hit out of bounds on the Bills. What a catch. Man, that catch makes Odell Beckham. What's his name? Whoever did the hell, David Tyree. That makes David Tyree's catch look like nothing. But it also didn't happen in the Super Bowl, so whatever. But anyway, Christian, the Lions, I think Dan Campbell got thrown a terrible situation. Like they have nothing there in Detroit. Like they have a few young, talented players, but outside of that, they ain't got nothing in Detroit. So I feel like I've seen the Lions fight for Dan Campbell the way I haven't seen them fight in years. So that's the only reason I say that. Like, I think like if Dan Campbell can stick around and put together a better roster, I think he could win with that team. Good enough coach for 2 playoff wins. I mean, like, maybe if he gets what he needs to get, right? Like, if he gets the talent, then he could probably do it. Kirk Cousins, shotgun formation, rolls back, throws, caught. Justin Jefferson on the 3-yard line. Vikings only have 1 timeout left, but that's okay because, you know, they're probably trying to wind this clock down so that Josh Allen can't go beat him. Justin Jefferson with the catch. Some incredible catches right now, man. And Kirk Cousins looking like an amazing quarterback right now. Wow, man, this is something else. We should have been watching this game instead of the Browns and Dolphins, huh? Man. Wow. I cannot believe he came down with that. Obviously it happened 2 plays ago. I still can't believe he came down with that. And then the next one, he got like blown up. Adam Thielen with the sideline catch to get, you know, like just barely get his feet in bounds and get the first down. Like, Vikings want to win this game, man. Minute 9 left in the game. Kirk Cousins trips and falls. At least he doesn't fumble the ball, though. That would have been disastrous. So it's going to be 2nd and goal. And so I think they lost about 3 yards there, but that's fine. Honestly, I think that's good because it keeps that clock running, right? Like, oh, he got stepped on. That's what happened. Yeah, he got stepped on by his center. Kirk Cousins did fumble the ball, but Dalvin Cook was all over it. Oh no, he didn't fumble the ball. He let it fall out of his hands after he went down to the ground. All right, so that was a dumb play, but it's okay, you know. Oh, the Bills took a timeout. Okay, so that's why the clock isn't running. No, it forces the Bills to take timeouts. All right, Kirk Cousins under center or under shotgun because he's like, I don't want to be under center anymore. That was scary. I didn't like it. Winds up, throws. Too high for Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's trying to call for like some sort of pass interference, but it was uncatchable. So you ain't gonna get anything on that one. Yeah, it was uncatchable. You could maybe argue holding, and that's about it. 3rd and goal. Vikings got 2 plays here, right? Yeah, they're not going to take a field goal because it doesn't really help them. And, yeah. So, can you get a touchdown in the next 2 plays? Have been having some incredible catches so far. Some incredible catches to get them down to this point in the field. Stephon Diggs is out there trying to like yell, like, y'all better get your shit together. He just wants to beat his old team, man. Kirk Cousins, shotgun formation, rolls back, tipped, but it's thrown and it is caught by Justin Jefferson. I think it might have been an inch short, but they're saying touchdown. I think it was an inch short. But they're saying it was a touchdown. So Vikings are going to get the touchdown. I thought it was an inch short. I think they need to review that play. Let's see. Justin Jefferson. He catches it, and it's hard to tell from that angle. Because from that angle, maybe the ball broke the plane. Great job to tip it there by the Bills defensive lineman, but Justin Jefferson's still able to go catch it. So hard to really tell if he breaks the plane before he goes down, but I thought he was like an inch short. Yeah, he's definitely an inch short. He's a whole yard short, really. Yeah, he's down. He's short. That's not a touchdown. That's going to get reversed. That's going to get reversed. That's definitely going to get reversed. Not a touchdown, but might actually end up work out in the Vikings' favor because it means the Bills are either going to take their last time out or they can run some clock off the scoreboard. And now that does mean that it's 4th down and goal though. So I would quarterback sneak it here with Kirk Cousins, and just try to get it in. Now, did they stop the clock? So they're not going to run off any clock, even though he caught the ball. They're just saying it's the stopped clock. They should maybe charge the Bills for a timeout or something. Like, that clock should be running. That clock should be running. I think maybe there's a rule that I don't know about, but I think that clock should be running. All right, I think Kirk Cousins is going to try to quarterback sneak this. All right. Whoa. Bills jumped the pass. Thrown to Dalvin Cook, who bobbles it and falls down. There is a flag on the play, though, so I wonder what the flag is. I think it might have actually been offsides by the Bills. I think it might be offsides. Or maybe neutral zone. Yep, it's on the Bills. So that's going to give the Vikings a new set of downs. And, wow. Bills are just shooting themselves in the foot here. Vikings get a new set of downs. And, yeah, that was, yep. That's what I thought. That was like he way overtimed that snap. All right. Vikings gets oh, I guess that's not a okay. I guess they just get a do-over. I thought they got a new set of downs. Kirk Cousins, I don't think he got it. I think he's short. They're saying he's an inch short. They're saying he's an inch short. He did the quarterback sneak, and it looks like the Bills are going to come away with a win here. Let's see the replay. But it might be hard to tell. I thought he was short. I thought they were going to get a new set of downs there. I don't know. I think he got that. I think he got it. Can we get like an overhead? Here we go. Here's a sideline view. Kirk Cousins gets the ball, kind of bobbles it a little bit. You can't really tell. You can't like he just gets caught up in a mass of bodies. So considering it's ruled not a touchdown on the field, you can't really see if he gets it or not. Oh no, there you can see it there. I think he is short. Yeah, I think he's short. All right, well, looks like the Bills are going to win, y'all. Wow, that was close, man. That was really close. But the Bills are going to take it. The Bills are going to take it. By that much, man. By that much. I swear to God, the Kirk Cousins or the Bills should have gotten, a new set of downs. But, yep, Bills are going to win it. That's crazy. Vikings still trying to, I think, argue that they got it, but it still says booth review. I don't know what's up with that, but I think it's pretty clear and obvious that he didn't get it, or at least it's clear and obvious enough that he didn't get it. That or it's at the very least not clear and obvious that he did get it. And from what I can see on the footage, it looks like he probably didn't. So. Yep. Call stands. First down Bills. Wow. So they shot themselves on the foot and they still managed to win that game. Incredible by the Bills. Incredible victory there by the Bills. And, man, the Vikings hanging in there and, like, almost coming away with a win. I think that shows that maybe the Vikings are a little bit better than everybody thought they were, huh? Maybe that shows maybe this whole idea that the Vikings are, like, like secretly a trash team. Maybe it's not really true. Vikings are trying to get a safety here, but see if they can get it. I think they might have got it. I think they got a safety. I think it's a safety. I think it's a safety, or it might be a touchdown. They're saying it's a touchdown for the Vikings? Are they saying Josh Allen fumbled the ball and it's a touchdown for the Vikings? Are you serious? It's a touchdown for the Vikings! What? The Vikings are going to win! What? Well, probably. There's still 37 seconds left in the ball game. Can't ever really count Josh Allen out, right? But holy crap, the Vikings got a touchdown on what was supposed to just be a quarterback sneak for Josh Allen. I don't know if they fumbled the snap or what. Holy crap, the Vikings. What? How? Literally how? Literally and utterly how? Like, what? Let's see what happens here. Josh Allen takes the snap, fumbles the snap. That's what happens. He just can't even come down with it. And then the Vikings see it immediately and go right for it. Nobody on the Bills even knows where the football went. Vikings laser focus on it, and they got it down right away. God. You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. When that is like that's such a rare, all-time, never gonna happen type of occurrence. So, like, wow. The Vikings get their touchdown after all, man. Vikings get their touchdown after all. I cannot believe that just happened. All right, so the Vikings are going to end up kicking the ball back to the Bills, and the Bills are going to have 37 seconds, but no timeouts to try to get – now, they can do it. Obviously, 37 seconds, we know for Josh Allen is more than enough time to go get a field goal. That is so insane. That is so insane. But that's a touchdown, man. That's a touchdown. And it's a clear, looked like a clear recovery, looked like a clear, et cetera, et cetera. But like either way, it was ruled a touchdown on the field. So there's not. It's like with the Kirk Cousins touchdown run that wasn't. It's like it looks like it's probably what they called it on the field, but it's not really clear either way. So the fact that they called it a touchdown on the field means it's probably going to stand as a touchdown. Dude, that is I cannot believe that, like, you had it in your hands and you fumbled it into the end zone. Golly. I'm stunned. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. Pretty much lost an opportunity to switch to any other game because the Broncos and Titans are pretty much over. Broncos do have the ball, though, with 38 seconds left. And it's 4th and 16 at the Tennessee 33. Broncos need to get a conversion or a touchdown or they lose. So see what happens there. But we're going to stick with this game because anything can happen here. Kick is up. All right, kick is up, and it's a 30-27 ball game. Josh Allen can potentially go tie this with a field goal. They're putting a couple seconds back on the clock, by the way. They've got 41 seconds left. So Josh Allen is going to have 41 seconds to march down the field and try to tie it up with a field goal. And I'll be honest with you guys. If this goes to overtime, I'm probably not, like, sticking around for all of overtime. I mean, I'll probably watch it, but like I'd like to kind of go do other stuff, spend some time with my wife or something like that. I don't know. But that's crazy. That is insane. I can't believe that. Does that ever happen? They fumbled the snap on what was really supposed to just be them running out the clock. It was basically a kneel down, but they couldn't kneel down because then they'd give up a safety. That is the craziest thing I have possibly ever seen. That might be the craziest thing I've ever seen. That's up there with the Bengals giving up a touchdown drive at the end of or a field goal drive at the end of the playoff game against the Steelers because they couldn't stop from hitting Antonio Brown in the helmet. That is one of the craziest, most insane things. It might be the craziest, objectively. Obviously, I think the 2015 thing is crazier for me, but I have an emotional tie to it. From an objective standpoint, this might be crazier. Although it is also, in a regular season game, so there's a little bit of a difference there. But anyway, Josh Allen's under center. Under shotgun. He's going to roll right. He's going to find a man, Dawson Knox, who's going to pick up about 10 yards, get out of bounds. So I don't know about the Vikings playing super soft coverage here, man. I don't know about that because if you can get this game sent to overtime if you let him get a bunch of yards. I don't really love that. I don't love that. I don't love them playing soft coverage here because it's Josh Allen. You saw him do it against the Chiefs. They ended up losing, but you saw him do it multiple times against the Chiefs and little tiny seconds to go type situations. And they're just letting him march down the field. 24 seconds left. 24 seconds left. This is going to be second down, but he got 8 yards out of the play. Can you tackle him in bounds? Because if you can tackle him in bounds, but they're gonna throw to the sideline, right? Because they're smart. Looking at you, Jacoby Brissett. They're gonna the Vikings got a player hurt on the field. That's not good. I'm gonna take the final timeout with an injury timeout. So hope he's okay. Number 55 there of the Vikings. Don't have the rosters up because I wasn't, intending on watching this game, but Broncos game over? No, hey, they still got a shot. 4th and 8 at the Tennessee 25. With 30 seconds left to go in the ball game, so they either get a touchdown or they lose. I really just want the Vikings to win this game right now, just entirely because I'm not doing overtime anyway, and I kind of don't want to leave on a what if, right? All right, Josh Allen, empty formation, rolls back, he throws, it's caught. That's in field goal range too. Vikings are saying it's not caught, but I think it's caught. Gabe Davis. Caught and immediately gets out of bounds, too. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he caught that. All right, Josh Allen, shotgun formation. He's going to look around. He's going to throw. It's caught. Gets to the outside. Gets easy field goal range at this point. They're actually in scoring range, touchdown range at this point. That's the thing, man. That's why you can't play soft coverage, even with only 36 seconds left. You got to know that Josh Allen knows exactly what to do in these situations. You can't play soft coverage, when all you got to do is go get a field goal. That's all they're really trying to do. They're thrown to the sideline and they're trying to do whatever they can just to get yards and keep the clock stopped. Josh Allen's done it before. You can't play soft coverage. All right. Josh Allen rolls back. He throws. Way too high. There's a flag. Oh, Vikings are imploding. I think it's gonna be pass interference. Which is really just gonna give the Bills like a chip shot field goal. I don't know. Do you try to get a touchdown here? Yeah, Sean McDermott's calling for the field goal. So the Bills are going to take a field goal, and which is a smart thing to do. You don't try to get a touchdown because then you might run out of time. Oh, that ball bobbled a little bit on the ground. That might not be a catch. It's too late now. But that might not be a catch, like that one on the sideline from earlier that got him in field goal range. That might not be a catch. I didn't even see that bobble. All right, kicks up. It's good. And there are 2 seconds left. So maybe the Vikings get a kickoff return for a touchdown. I don't know. But I'm pretty much going to hop off on out of here. So Bills got it tied. And the Browns game's been over for a while at this point. So I'm going to hop on out of here, guys. Have a fantastic day. And Dolphins get the win in the game that we were watching. Y'all can always find more of what I do at Kyle Phelps 92 on Twitter, Facebook.com/The Phelps, Battle of Ohio podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. And, now streaming on my YouTube channel. Go to the other channel for anything podcast related other than just the streams. But yeah, so that's where you can find me, atbnetwork.com. Just a shout out to them for letting me use the StreamYard and everything like that. Supporting my channel, supporting my podcast. Gotta love them. But Browns fall to 3-6. Dolphins move ahead to, I believe, 7-3. Is that right? I think that might be right. Vikings and Bills are going to go to overtime, and I just don't have the stamina to keep going. So here is the kickoff, though. Let's see what happens on the kickoff. And it's going to go for a touchback. So I imagine Kirk Cousins is going to come out here and do a Hail Mary attempt. I would think. He's got the arm strength for it. Like, Kirk Cousins can do it. I just wonder, is he going to do it? Do like an Aaron Rodgers style Hail Mary here. I said I was going to leave, but I'll stick around for this since there was no commercial. I didn't want to wait through another commercial, but since we're here, we'll check it out. See if he completes a Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary. Nope, he just kneels on it. All right. Well, I'm going to kneel on this game myself, y'all. So y'all have a fantastic time. Feel free. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and catch you next week. Not going to be doing a Sunday Night Football stream this week. Probably not doing Monday night either. Yeah. Yep. Y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all for the Bengals stream next week. I'll leave y'all, as always, with a hootie!